Yeah, what's up?
This guy on Reddit says anyone else big but weak can only bench 185 for 4. Now, this is an isolated post, I understand. However, this may not be as surprising as you think.
This guy's arms are thin as fuck. Just seems like he has a barrel chest, but like really small arms. Like including his shoulders, he's just like wide in a weird way, so it's not really that surprising. No, I wouldn't take Halo. It doesn't do fucking anything. Halo's actually FDA approved as a fertility drug. It's kind of weird. Apparently it improves fertility, like sperm count. But it doesn't really do anything other than like give you energy, make you a little horny and angrier.
One, he's under excellent lighting. You can see that it's the down lighting. He's got the shadowing on his shoulders and on his arms. He's got long arms as well, so that's going to negatively impact leverages. But he's lean. That also negatively affects the leverages that are already not in him, and that he looks as are not genetically
going there. Yeah, it's really good, especially if it's have a good battery.
This nigga dumb. This idiot was gonna sell the scooter, and before taking this guy's money, lets him just ride on it and doesn't have any friends or anyone there to chase after the guy if he runs away. Okay, you're just dumbass. And buddy, like, he's black. Like, let's be fucking serious. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Hey! Where are you going? Hey! Man! What? Hey! Hey! Help! Help me! My scooter was stolen! Hey, hey, hey! 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 Help me! Help!
What an idiot.
GLP
That's fucking stupid.
ones, through their effect on gastric emptying and delaying gastric emptying, might be affecting the absorption of oral contraception.
It seems that, exactly to your point, oral contraception relies on the irregular absorption of the contraception, and the slowing of the gastric emptying, the nausea, and the increased vomiting all change the way these drugs are absorbed. So I have come across this, and it's another really important point, again, that needs to be made to patients. If your use of contraception is the oral contraceptive pill, it might not be as effective while you're taking these drugs. So perhaps it's actually also a case of switching contraceptive methods.
Interesting.
Looks like the U.S. just struck back at Iran for an attack on the MV Ever Lovely container ship. Funny thing here is I was on the news this morning and I actually called it. It depends on how we determine the Ever Lovely was attacked. There could be a situation where you have multiple factions in Iran, some IRGC people who don't want any sort of peace with the United States. They want this conflict to continue because it puts them in a better position of power, or dedicated Iranian attack as opposed to a breakaway faction of the IRGC. There have been times when the president has done the wrong thing, and I have said this is the wrong thing. There have been times when the president has done the right thing, and this is one of those right things. We can't let Iran get away with this.
Dodo, don't need $2. Let me see. Totally not backfires. Our Mom Donnie launches pilot program offering parents free babysitting during night out. Oh, jeez. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of kids that are raped, abused, kidnapped, given fucking random fucking drugs, beaten. Yeah, that's going to go great. If you get something for free, guess what? Chances are it's not very good. Wall Street Journal reporting that China is already talking to and working with Kremlin insiders. Expect to take over Russia once Putin is dead. Jeez.
This is an article in the Wall Street Journal, how Xi went from admiring Putin to managing him. And China is preparing for Putin's death. Beijing is looking at the dictator's potential successors. According to the Wall Street Journal, China is increasingly building relations with Russian officials and members of the elite who could play a key role after Putin is dead. The war and international isolation have made Russia far more dependent on China. Putin, who was once considered by Xi as a role model, has gradually turned Putin into the junior partner. Propaganda doesn't work on dictators because they're the ones who issue it. So all the propaganda that China puts or Russia puts out about advancing the Donbass and we took this village, we took this street, whatever, China doesn't care. Like Xi Jinping is smart enough to know your entire shipping industry has been blown up. Russia's going to lose this war, the Chinese know it, and they're already talking to people in the Kremlin who might succeed Putin once something mysteriously happens.
Yep. It's 2026, and people are still making these arguments, and this guy's fat.
Surely the healthy
I don't
diet is
think
a
we can-
balanced diet.
A vegan diet can be a balanced diet, though. A balanced diet is about getting carbs,
doesn't include meat,
protein,
does it?
vitamins, and all that. So as long as you're getting the nutrients and those food groups, you're fine, and you can do that without animals. So it is
Yeah, I love how fucking out-of-shape fat ass is like, but it doesn't have meat. How could it be a good diet if it doesn't have meat in it?
definitely a balanced diet.
But we were...
But I need my barbecue, and when I go out, fish and chips, and nuggets, and sometimes I have fried chicken. How can it be healthy, balanced diet?
I mean, as human beings,
Fucking idiot.
we have particular teeth to eat meat, don't we?
Um,
In
Oh, cool. All I have to do is knock your teeth out, and then you're gonna have to be vegan. All right, that's good. Thanks for the tip.
sizes and sort of... I mean, that,
it also eats vegetables.
I'm not-
but we
look,
have the option.
I'm
I have
not-
hands that could kill a puppy, but I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? That would be horrible.
that really would be horrible.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'd
That's
throw
not-
you out of the studio if you ever did that.
Well, thank you. As I would hope you would.
You know, I have a funny feeling like they're never gonna allow me to do interviews like this on like any news station. Like, just imagine. I think I'm getting darker from the melanotan already. Pretty sure it's making me more browned. Dodo donated $2. Let me see.
I think it can become the party of human rights for all people, and that must also include Palestinians. I think people are tired.
Right. That's why Democrats keep trying to take away your rights and freedoms by limiting free speech and taking away your guns. It's not like fascist totalitarian dictatorships like communist China try to take away weapons and shit like that, right? And the mass surveillance programs, again, those are big fucking lefty policies all across Europe, Canada. They're trying to, and again, communist China, Russia, they're all trying to push this mass surveillance thing where you have to, like, use your government ID to use the fucking internet and shit. Yeah, right, I'm sure.
Tired of exceptions being drawn. And we know that in politics, the more often you draw an exception, the more likely you are to draw another one. And people want consistency. They want to know that when they speak to you, they don't have to call you the next day to see if the wind is blowing differently, how you're going to answer them, but that they can trust you that this is something that you in fact do believe in.
Yeah, never trust a fucking lefty, especially somebody like fucking Mamdani, who's just a fucking psycho dipshit. Fucking hates Jews, wants to create a Muslim invasion.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is perhaps planning to visit New York for the UN General Assembly.
Oh no.
You pledged during your campaign and after you won to order his arrest to comply with the International Criminal Court warrant. What will happen if he comes in September?
What a joke.
I believe that Prime Minister Netanyahu belongs in The Hague. He's a war criminal who has been charged by the International Criminal Court.
By the way, this fucking asshole's administration was going to have meetings with fucking Iran. They were going to have meetings with the IRGC. The same people who've mass executed their own civilians for fucking decades. When they were at war with Iraq, they were using child soldiers to sweep landmines. They'd get a bunch of like 8-year-old kids to run across a fucking battlefield so they can blow the landmines so that their like adult troops could cross no man's land safely. They committed that fucking insane massacre just a few months ago where they gunned down 50,000 of their own fucking civilians. He wanted to... And again, they're the biggest world sponsor of terrorism. They're responsible for October 7th. This fucking asshole and his administration were going to go over to Iran and have meetings for who the fuck knows what. It ended up getting leaked, and this jackass ended up having to go on the news saying, oh, it was a mistake. I don't know what happened. Right. You give a shit about human rights, huh, dipshit?
And what you will find is that is an opinion that is held by many purely because of what his actions have wrought over these last many years. I've also said that I will follow the laws that we have here in New York City because I believe that there's an importance in following the law as a leader.
This guy wants to release the prisoners on Rikers Island. Yeah, as if you care about the fucking law. You were watching the fucking soccer game with a bunch of fucking murderers, child rapists, gang members. Yeah, you care about the fucking law, huh, buddy?
Who presides over our city, and that's something that I plan to do.
Meaning? I'm sorry, I don't understand what that means.
Meaning that whatever the law allows me to do in New York City, that's what we will do, but we won't be writing our own laws to that end.
What does the law allow you to do?
That's an active conversation.
Do it. Try arresting Bibi Netanyahu. See what happens, motherfucker. Try it. I'd love to see this fucking dumbass try and do it. He doesn't have the fucking balls.
Conversation with our legal department in seeing what the prospects are we have here in our municipality. However, what we've seen at the national level is a desire sometimes.
All talk. This is just bullshit to get votes among like dumbass white chick college kids who are like fucking commies who are pro-Palestine. All talk. He's never gonna do it. He doesn't have any fucking balls. His wife fucking owns him. She took his nuts years ago.
To write your own laws, to go outside of the bounds of legality, that's not something we have an interest in.
I mean, normally when people come to a UN General Assembly, they're granted a sort of amnesty because it is the seat of the United Nations. Is that what you're thinking that you'll honor, or you're actively looking to see if you can actually arrest him?
I think we are looking at all of our legal obligations, and one of them is...
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's full of shit. Fucking asshole. What an asshole. What is this? Woke, blah, blah, blah. Democratic Socialist America, dramatic growth phase.
I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minute?
Oh, yeah, I've seen this. We literally have a communist party in Canada, the fucking New Democratic Party. Like, it's crazy. I didn't know how bad it was, but there was a bunch of memes circulating about, of one of their conventions that happened recently, and people were making fun of Canada for it. Dude, the NDP is exactly like this. They are literal fucking commies. It is crazy. And they're part of the reason why there was the handgun freeze and the assault weapon ban. They helped vote that in. So we have a fucking literal communist party in Canada that's trying to destroy society, and they're the fucking reason some of our fucking rights are taken away and they're allowed to exist. It's like, it just blows my fucking mind. Is he intentionally lying here? Let me see.
Democratic socialism, the best response is to show what it actually means. And what we've shown over the last 6 months.
There's no such thing as democratic socialism. You have to enforce these things with a totalitarian regime.
Months is exactly that. We've shown that a city with a democratic socialist vision is one that
is broke, everything becomes more expensive, and is completely and utterly non-functional.
Paves more than 170,000 potholes, 50,000.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you only needed, what, like a $4 billion bailout or something? Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Destiny donated $2. I just don't think we need to worry about Mamdani right now. Trump is currently in charge and he's the bigger problem. Yeah, sure. You say that. Destiny has the dumbest fucking political takes that are just completely fucking nonsensical, dude. Let's see. New series, Prepstein Files.
Secretive as a bodybuilder's prep. So lurid and abject. So full of self-imposed torment and temptation for everything evil. This is the physiological danger zone of people who go raving.
VG has a lot of energy for Mamdani, who affects him far less than Donald Trump, who fucked over the Canadian election by being a retard, yet VG always spends his time yelling about lefties. I guess VG gives you a pass so long as you bomb Muslim children, lol.
Yeah, that's good enough. Thanks for the donation, Vegan Daddy. What about Scandinavian countries with aspects of socialism? Oh, you mean the ones that are letting in all the fucking Muslim migrants that are causing crime, forming gangs, raping children? Yeah, those, yeah. Dude, it was a hilarious meme. There was a trans woman who immigrated from the US to the Netherlands because she wanted to escape the transphobia in the US. She was on the news saying she needs to move back to the United States because as bad as the US is with transphobia, she's saying she's literally going to get killed if she stays in the Netherlands because she's surrounded by a bunch of African and fucking Moroccan migrants that want to kill her. And none of them are refugees. Like Europe is fucking insane. They just let in a bunch of fucking lying, scamming, gang member, terrorist retards who say, my country has a war in it. Give me free money. I'm never going to work a day in my life. I have no high school education. I'm a fucking retard. I'm going to get 7 underage women pregnant who are also going to need social welfare. Oh yeah, come in. We'll give you free money. Oh shit, we're running a fucking deficit. Let's tax everyone more money so a bunch of dumb fucking lying migrants can live for free. Yeah, that's Europe. Yeah, socialism really fucking works, doesn't it? Let me see. Dodo, don't you tell her there's no VG watched a similar thing that was in Canada, but the DSA does the same shit. Watch this. I've already seen it. This is an old video. I've already seen it. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
You think that's bad? VG, take a look at this.
As a queer woman, I'm not afraid of...
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we'll watch that. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Let's see. Funny thing is, College Dems let in Jarrett Mackey, the guy who gave a guided tour to Son in Michigan, the same guy who later arrested for making bomb threats to a dozen different locations.
If Destiny's political takes are so bad, then why is it that when you're not debating veganism he comes out on top? You argued with him months ago about that United CEO deserving to die. Hate to break it to, but your takes are far worse.
That's nice. He probably did deserve to die. The health insurance companies are fucking assholes. Thanks for the donation though, dude. Yeah, so... that's not a good person. Nursery woman suddenly shoved and tossed in a subway track. Suspect remains at large. It's an African migrant. We literally know who it is. Just some fucking crazy African migrant. Or, like, possibly just some crazy fucking black or Mexican guy. That's happening a lot now. Like, yeah, I'd never use the fucking New York subway. It's a really bad idea. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Of Hamas are going to Gaza. They are very accepting of LGBT allies, and anyone who says otherwise is lying. But I'm afraid Israel will...
Social housing is, like, pretty much a complete fucking joke and scam. All of these social housing projects cost way more fucking money, take way longer to fucking build, and they're completely uneconomical, and they need to be subsidized through taxes. So, like, I'm not saying there isn't a possibility that some social housing is a good thing, like to some extent. But what they've tried doing in California, like Los Angeles, with some of their social housing projects, they've been a complete and utter fucking failure. They've done absolutely nothing to reduce the cost of housing. In fact, there's evidence that it's increased the cost of housing. So, like, a free market just fixes itself. Again, with a free market, like, people can only afford so much money. People can only sell things for so much money. And again, if you just allow people to fucking build and you don't tax the shit out of them, and you don't artificially raise costs, like, again, builders are able to build houses for a reasonable amount of money with relatively low risk. They're able to like they're competing with other construction companies, which again, there's going to be that ends up making a cost floor and a cost ceiling that's reasonable. And then there's plenty of fucking new units that get built, and like they're an affordable price. And then when these social housing projects are formed, again, they just take way fucking longer, cost way more fucking money, and they're way more expensive than just allowing a sensible free market to exist, where, again, you don't have like these ridiculous 20% fucking taxes on building projects. You have to wait 5 years to get approval for fucking building, like in these socialist shitholes like, California. So... And I like social healthcare is kind of a unique thing, because it's a service literally everyone fucking has to use. And there's a good way to do it and there's a bad way to do it. A bad way to do it is the fucking UK. A good way to do it is like closer to Canada, and even then it's kind of depends on the province. Quebec, it's fucking terrible. Pretty much everywhere in the fucking Midwest, it's fucking terrible. There's people dying left and right in waiting rooms. In Ontario, it's good. So it kind of depends. So, like you can't have social health care everywhere. So when you don't have a population that's productive enough and or growing, it just doesn't work. And again, that's the case in like Midwest Canada and Quebec. They've had huge issues with running socialized healthcare programs.
Tried to kill me.
لا يرضى أن يكون لوطي واحد يجاهر بفاحشته. هل ترضون أن
JP, don't need $2. Well, this is going to be dumb.
Like this, and high carb diets make you look like this. This is a study where they compared high protein diets to a high carbohydrate, lower protein diet. And as we can see, the high protein.
No. This is a high protein, low carbohydrate diet compared to a... I don't even know if they matched protein, but this is a higher carbohydrate diet. I don't know why you can't have high protein and high carbohydrate.
Protein diet group had far lower testosterone and higher cortisol. And the diet with the high
Yes, that's because carbohydrates lower cortisol levels.
Testosterone and low cortisol was only 10% protein and 75% carbohydrates from things like...
Yeah, try growing with 10%, with a diet consisting of 10% protein. Another problem is, like, there's connective tissue that also requires protein to remodel and repair. Like again, you're going to grow less muscle and you're going to be more prone to injury.
Fruit, juices, pastries, and candy. And it's because high protein diets inevitably...
By the way, why the fuck is this guy, like... He gave an example of, what's his name? The fucking manlet that everyone says is like one of the most jacked people in history, who's like fucking tiny. You don't look like this. What was the fucking guy's name? Not Christopher, like, I'm thinking Christopher Reeves. He played Hercules or whatever. He doesn't look like this. Like you can see him. He's fat. So like, what are you eating? I've seen that guy's videos before. He's a fucking joke. I don't want to watch that. Frank Fano eating brain. We've already seen that yesterday. Thanks for the donation, JP. Dodo donated $2.
Here, give me a second. Are you guys selling those shirts?
Yes, we are.
Nice.
Climb over there. Are you Destiny? Yeah. We're not letting you in. We're not letting you in because we're worried about causing disruption. We're worried you're going to yell or some shit towards us on, and we're not going to. I'm sorry. Yes, we can give you a reason. I'm sorry.
How can I not get into this?
We're telling you we're not going to get it. We're telling you you're not going to get it. For a guy who doesn't
wild.
support the Democratic Party or whatever has priority over... I'm not engaging in this conversation. Okay, I understand. Is there anybody ahead of you or anybody above you that I can talk about this? Or...
Barred from going into the event because Hassan spammed texts to complain to the vice president of College Dems, Cameron Landon. This is despite my community putting over $1 million into canvassing and fundraising for Dems against Republicans. Gee, yeah, Trump's the problem, right? Oh, who cares about these communists and Muslims? Oh, they're not a big deal. Oh, it's happening. The walls are fucking falling in on you. What a fucking joke.
The U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve is at its lowest level since 1983, and it's expected to drop further. The Iran war unleashed the largest physical supply disruption in the history of the oil market.
Earlier today, the International Energy...
The disruption in the oil market wasn't a big deal. It just wasn't. It was not the largest disruption in the oil market. Compare the oil crisis in the 1970s versus now, there's absolutely no fucking comparison.
The agency agreed to coordinate the release of a record 400 million barrels of oil from various national petroleum reserves around the world.
The Trump administration agreed to release 172 million barrels.
So let me guess, this is just communist retard bullshit. Oh, we have no more oil reserves. Oh, if we go to war, we're going to be out of oil and in an energy deficit or some stupid shit. Yeah, because you can't just pump more oil out of the ground, right, dipshit?
Of oil from the U.S. stockpiles. These reserves are a series of salt caverns stretching across Texas and Louisiana, and they hold hundreds of millions of barrels of oil designed to blunt the effect of supply disruptions to the oil market. And when those disruptions occur, like the Iran war, officials essentially pump water into the bottom of these salt caverns, pushing oil upwards into pipelines and eventually into the global oil market. The SPR has become a political football in recent years, both because Congress is using the SPR as a piggy bank to pay for many U.S. domestic policy programs, and at the same time, from the Ukraine war, that left the SPR at some of its lowest levels, and even after the Biden administration bought back some oil on the open market, the U.S. SPR was at a pretty low level. This country needs oil supply after the
So this is just dumb commie fucking propaganda. It's just
the
Beijing
US
horseshit. Yeah, thanks Wall Street Journal.
Is cheering for Argentina in the FIFA World Cup, which I guess means that Argentina is going to win the FIFA World Cup. But Netanyahu's love for Argentina's football team stems far beyond their blue and white jerseys and their Zion.
I literally don't give a shit about Jackson Hinkle. Man, buildings destroyed or on fire after Russia launched 40 ballistic missiles on Kyiv. Yeah, Russia bad.
So what's going on is the currency of power has changed. Power is a function of land back in the day. Why? Because land is where you get the commodities that you can sell, and also rural areas is where you're going to get your peasant conscripts to field your mass armies. Well, once wealth is a function of commerce, industry, and trade, it isn't land anymore. And this upends the world. If you think about the world today, who's rich, who's poor, who's powerful, who's not, it's often the degree to which the country is industrialized. And the Industrial Revolution opens up the beginnings of a global trading order where you're trying to, through trade negotiations, to minimize transaction costs so everybody can make a lot of money. And this is a process that is still ongoing in our own day. Trade negotiations continue eternally. But it upends the traditional balance of power. China back in the 19th century was just opposed this incoming maritime order. In our own day, ISIS or whatever is left of it absolutely reviles the liberal economies and societies that are favored.
All right, thanks for the donation, Dodo. JP donated $2. Yeah, we've seen this.
With whom have you had this great sex?
I am not gonna tell you that.
Fine. Don't tell me.
Shell Gordon.
Sheldon? No. No, you didn't have great sex with Sheldon.
I did too.
No, you didn't. A Sheldon can do your income taxes. You need a root canal, Sheldon's your man. But humping and pumping is not Sheldon's strong suit. It's the name.
Like, I've seen this a million times. I don't really want to waste my time going through it. Frank's peptide site is utter bullshit. Is he actually selling anything on there? Anyone actually buying anything on that awful website? Never seen any vendor or site list peptides the way he does. Dosage is listed as 2,000 IUs per 1,000 IU per 10 unit 0.1 mil injection. What the fuck is that? Yeah, he doesn't know what any of this is. He can't do basic math. He doesn't know that some of these peptides are measured in milligrams, not IUs, and he doesn't know how many fucking IUs or milligrams are in the entire vial, and then he doesn't understand that you have to reconstitute it. Depending on how you reconstitute it, it changes the concentration per injection. He's a fucking idiot. Specific peptides that he's selling are always sold in powder form. That's normal. With their weights are listed in milligrams. He has already reconstituted it. Yeah, it like again, I don't know why he's saying per 10 unit injection. Like, they're not pre-constituted, so it makes no sense. Peptides are meant to be refrigerated and used once reconstituted. What is he reconstituting them with? That spring water he uses for everything. He recommends reconstituting it with spring water. It's crazy. He listed ipamorelin as HGH was inaccurate. It's not the same as HGH, but rather it stimulates the release of growth hormone. Also not to mention, but Frank is getting these peptides from the great Chinese market sites. That's the only place you can get them. There's no compounding pharmacies anywhere other than China. Reputable vendors and resellers test their peptides and provide COAs. He's providing nothing to that regard. It sounds like he's done absolutely no research on this topic and is selling stuff that could be potentially dangerous. Yep. Preying on people who are completely ignorant to this niche. There were a bunch of people in the comments on his peptide video asking him what they're supposed to do with the peptides and if he has anything for feet and other stupid shit. I hope nobody's actually buying peptides from this clan. Like, his audience in particular are, like, so fucking stupid. I'm just imagining them trying to figure out what peptides they should use for what and how to inject them. Like, they're just gonna do stupid shit. Thanks for the donation, JP.
VG. The guy in the video, Destiny, agrees that the right wing is worse because their crazies starts at the very top with Donald Trump. The two notable Democrat leaders, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, are nowhere near Hassan ideologically dumbass.
That's not true. The problems with the Democratic Party start from the top. It's just in different ways. They are fucking cowards. They won't police their own party and community. They'll try to appeal to everyone and play this two-sided game. They'll try to appeal to the pro-Palestine crowd, commies, wacko progressives, more moderates. And they just let all of these fucking retard, crazy, whack job commies who want to destroy the United States in. And again, they do absolutely no policing of their own party and community. That's why Hassan is becoming like this big, influence in the Democratic Party and among progressives. So no, it's the same problem. It's from the top down. It's just in a different way. Thanks for the donation, though. My name is Bitcher. And again, Destiny, raised $1 million doing canvassing or whatever. He was not allowed to attend the fucking event because again, some crazy commie blocked him. Again, the walls are closing in. All these commie fucking retards are just going to take over the Democratic Party. He keeps ignoring it, keeps acting as though it's not a fucking problem. And, he's going to watch the party just turn to shit. And I don't know what he's going to do. I guess he's just going to stop doing political stuff and just play fucking StarCraft or something on stream. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Gay Palestinian Ahmed Abu Maria beheaded in West Bank.
Technically, I'm a Muslim.
Fucking dumb white bitches.
I don't know why it makes me so happy. Technically, I'm a Muslim. How freaking cool is that?
These white chicks just have a fucking rape fetish where they want to get just controlled, dominated, and raped by foreign men. That's all it is.
It's really cool, right? But do you believe in Prophet Muhammad, who married Aisha when she was 6 years old and married her when she was 9, consummated the marriage when she was 9? How do you consummate marriage in Islam? That's right, rhymes with Rex. Hey guys, just before we get to the video, please do me a favor. I'm trying to fight the algorithm and get my views back up, so if you can help me with this, I would really appreciate this. Just like the video, give it a comment to fight the algorithm, and watch the video for as long as you can. That's the only way to fight the algorithm and to get my videos back up on your For You. Alright. Let's watch the first video and then debunk it. Okay. So there's no subtitles or anything, but right here it says what she's saying, okay? So you can just read it.
Wenn ich als queere Person nach Palästina gehe, dann habe ich keine Angst vor den Hamas oder vor Palästina. Dann muss ich am meisten Angst davor haben, dass eine israelische Drohne mich tötet. Mein Liebling.
There's a disproportionate amount of white women who... It's actually like only white women, and then occasionally you'll see some random gay dude.
Spruch ist,
as a queer woman, I'm not afraid of Hamas or going to Gaza. They are very accepting of LGBT allies, and anyone who says otherwise is lying. But I'm afraid...
There is honestly nothing dumber than a college-educated white woman. You cannot get more fucking stupid. They might be like, they can't even do math because they're not taking fucking math in college. They're not even doing STEM. So they're getting some useless fucking communications degree or some stupid bullshit in women's studies. They're going into massive debt that's going to take over 20 years for them to fucking pay off. They're not even going to be able to get a fucking job out of it. Their only hope is to marry some dude who can help them pay off their debt. And then they support like political beliefs that like would literally take away their rights, ensure that they get harassed, killed, raped. Oh yeah, open immigration, multiculturalism, let in all the fucking African and Muslim and like Moroccan immigrants who would fucking attack me, rape me, threaten me, harass me on the fucking subway and on public transit. Like, they're just insane.
Israel will try to kill me. Sure. That's why so many gay people live in Israel, right? Because Israel will try to kill you, right? What a lying sack of...
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, college is young adult daycare.
Why am I saying that? Well, I'll show you why. But before that, let's watch another video.
I think one of my favorite things that I've learned so far as I'm reading the Quran is that technically I'm a Muslim. I don't know why it makes me so happy.
Dodo donate $2. Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate have been arrested by U.S. Marshals in Miami after UK authorities lodged 38 additional charges against them for alleged sexual offenses. Brothers will now be extradited to the UK facing legal proceedings. Well... That's cool. Like, you know how I feel about sexual assault allegations, but like, I mean, when the guy literally admitted to having sex with an underage girl multiple times and literally like bragged about it and shit, flat out admitted he was sex trafficking women, literally had a course on how to sex traffic women. Like, yeah. The hijab must appear in every clip Mamdani shares, even though Muslims will make up only about 10% of New York's population. Islam must be present in every speech, blah, 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 Arabic billboards. Every candidate he endorses must visit mosques, wear a hijab, doing all of this while occasionally throwing a bone to the useful idiots by defending transgender community or promoting abortion. Does not change the fact he's a devout Muslim. Well, yeah, it's just... It's all a fucking game. Why do they do that? Oh. That's not nice. I don't know why they do that. American CRM systems continue to engage incoming Iranian attack drones. The stream's 20mm phalanx fire over the blah blah rack. Those things are so cool. Yeah, those things are really cool. Watching him scurry away because he was deathly afraid of someone asking him a question about anything he's ever said is hilarious. Has he said yet who's writing speeches for him? Listen to his voice change between him attacking Trump versus him attacking Democrats. You can tell what his true passion is.
No more to Trumpism, but no more to the Democrats who compromise, who conciliate, and who betray us.
Yep. This is their whole plan. Like, again, they're commies. They're just trying to overthrow the fucking Democratic Party. They're weaseling in more and more operatives, and, like, this is just going to become the norm.
It's all part of the Muslims' evil plan to take over the world.
Well, yeah, it literally is. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. Yeah, and then Destiny's trying to act as though this isn't the bigger problem right now.
No more to the fascist reactionaries, but no more to the Democrats who will collaborate and cooperate with the fascists, who will fund ICE, who will fund Israel, who will help poison the planet, who will stiff workers and help bosses. We don't need those Democrats anymore. In fact, we have
This chair isn't leather, it's not a computer chair, it's a recliner, and I got it from Leon's. I don't think they make it anymore.
a message. We are coming. We are unbossed. We're unbought. We're unbound. And we will become undeniable. Thank you.
Complete fucking joke. Thanks for that donation, Dodo.
Like, technically, I'm a Muslim, lowercase m, because I believe in God, and I strive to be a good person.
You know what it is, but how about this? Maybe you're gonna like this look even better, right? So nice,
Yep.
right? How cool is that to be a Muslim, right? How cool is that?
I can't wait to throw so many people for a loop when I tell them I'm Muslim. Dude, life is so beautiful. We're all in this together. Much love. I think
How about we watch how life is so beautiful, first of all, for the gay community, but then for women in general, right? This person right here is a transgender person in Syria, right? And he's being tortured, or she's being tortured for abuse, and he's being filmed for public humiliation. Watch.
طلع من هو؟ واحد حرفت عليه على الفيس وانت جسمك انت جسمك دخلي عليه لا يا ابو خطب لا تمد ايدك يا اخي جاي معاه لا تتفرج هيا
You know, I'm getting more and more on board with the idea of genocide. There's some societies that, like, I think it's better they just don't exist. Wipe them out and then colonize, you know, the territory. And then, like, you know. I'm fine with exterminating all these people.
والله بس ما اعمل بيك شيء بس مصمص شيء هذا الزنا ايه هو الزنا الله شو عمره يخسر يكون الزنا
I can't believe I'm Muslim. It just means I'm submitting to God. That rules. In some Muslim countries, women are forced to wear the niqab. See how they're eating. Tell me if it's a beautiful thing. You're a Muslim, right?
Yeah, this, I don't know how the fuck.
They're not even allowed to show their mouth chewing, because that could somehow seduce the men, right?
Stupid.
She's so excited to be Muslim. So excited. Wow. Of course, according to some Muslim interpretations, the niqab is not mandatory, and some just say that it should be face covering and not the full niqab. But in some Muslim countries, that's how women live. How is that not oppressive? How are you not looking at this and saying this is wrong? Because this is wrong. on so many levels. Now let's see what the Muslims of Palestine said in Masjid al-Aqsa, right, in 2022. Watch, that's about gay people, right?
شعبنا الفلسطيني المسلم لا يرضى.
Forgot my namification to Taylor Son fans don't even vote, which just means DNC becomes an even less respected party. My guess is JD Vance will be president. Also, don't get arrested for being pro-genocide. It's like not quite serious. I'm hoping Marco Rubio becomes president. Like, JD Vance is a fucking idiot. Marco Rubio would be a way better presidential candidate. So I'm hoping he runs and more people end up liking him. But, like, I don't see the Democrats winning a future election. They're just gay retards. Like, everything was going bad against Trump. Pretty much fucking everything. Like that economic downturn that happened because of COVID, that was him. He did that. And then the crazy fucking shit, like the insurrection, being civilly liable for rape, like you name it, just everything you could fucking possibly conceive of. And then he still won. So, and then on top of that, like, all these Democrats are just fucking liars. Like, it's just hilarious seeing them have to play this game. I love guns. My friend bought me a gun. I go do gun stuff sometimes. Like, we all know you want to ban guns because you're just a bunch of fascist fucking assholes who want to take away everybody's rights. Like, it's just so bullshit. So, like, the Democratic Party is just a party that's anti-rights and freedoms. They're pro-regulation. And, like, again, as bad as, like, some of the deregulation can be and some of the corruption, you know, that happens in the Republican Party, like, it's still better. Your life can still go on. Like, liberals and Democrats, like, they just want to tax you to fucking death, steal all your fucking money, and prevent you from ever obtaining any wealth. Like that's the case in all of these fucking countries with these, like, dumbass liberal policies, like, especially the UK, with, like, the most insane progressive tax system, like, ever conceived of by mankind. Thanks for the donation, though. Forgot my namification.
هل ترضون أن يكون على أرض القدس وفلسطين لوطيا واحد؟ هل ترضون؟ ولا يرضى شعبنا أن توجد مؤسسات للفاحشة ومقدماتها على أرض فلسطين المباركة الطاهرة، ولا يقبل أن تمس أحكام الشريعة بنقص أو تبديل، ولا يرضى بالمناهج المناهضة لأحكام الإسلام. فاقتدوا يا مسلمون برسولكم صلى الله عليه وسلم، وضعوا تحت أقدامكم كل منكر وكل حرام وكل ما يخالف دينكم الإسلام. ومن الفسوق الاختلاط في الجامعات، وقد رأيتم بعض نتائجه بقتل بعض.
Like, they don't even want women going to school and shit. Yeah, and then you've got this dumb white bitch saying she loves Islam.
This is expressed modestly, then she is the one to blame just as much as the rapist. This is Malaysia in 1962. This is Malaysia today.
Yeah.
This is Somalia in the 1970s, and this is Somalia today. This is Nigeria in the 1980s, and this is Nigeria today. This is Afghanistan in the 1980s.
Dude, the change in Afghanistan is just mind-boggling. So many fucking smoking hot babes, like, wearing nice, sexy, like, Americanized outfits. And then Islam took over, and holy shit.
This is Afghanistan in the 1970s, and this is Afghanistan today. This is Syria in the 1970s, and this is...
Yeah, everywhere where Islam spreads, it just objectively gets so much fucking worse.
Be accepting this. This woman used to be a Muslim, and now she's exposing the truth. Watch.
I am an ex-Muslim, and no,
Islam and women's rights are not compatible on a societal level. I went to a Muslim private school for 9 years. I wore a hijab. I also lived in the Middle East. My grandfather literally built a mosque back home in the city where I'm from that was named after my uncle who passed away. So I'm not saying this as an outsider. I'm speaking from lived experience. Women should be allowed to practice Islam if that's what they choose. But the moment that Islam becomes the governing framework of society, women's equality collapses. Because women who don't want to live under Sharia law or practice Islam will lose their freedom. And this isn't about culture, it's structural. Islam has been interpreted, enforced, and preserved for centuries.
Mad with starvation and greed and vanity, brazen ambition and workouts to the point of puking. This is the bathos, the depths, the grim side of impossible glamour. And you're going to see it all the self-scandal, the morbidity, the utter humiliation of the...
The only things I inject sub-Q are peptides, and you just use an insulin syringe. They're all pretty much 30 gauge.
Biological self. Welcome to the first episode of the Prepstein Files. In this series, I'm going to walk you through how I'm going to prepare for my upcoming 3 natural bodybuilding shows as a first-time competitor. For the unfamiliar, a bodybuilding show is a competition where you starve yourself to extreme leanness, don a G-string, oil yourself up, and then strike poses in front of an audience of mostly
Alpha
men
male
to
shit.
showcase your muscular development. If that strikes you as utterly insane, then you wouldn't be wrong. So the central question of this video, episode...
There are, like, some people who are into, you know, like, I mean chicks. Like, if you go to any bodybuilding show, there are girls there who are, like, they don't really lift, but they're super into, like, big, huge, jacked, roided up dudes. You do see that. So it's mostly like dudes and gay dudes and shit like that, but there is like a fan base of like chicks that are just super into jack dudes.
Episode 1 of the Prepstein Files is, why am I doing this? The question is reasonable for anyone to ask and necessary for me to be able to answer. It's reasonable that people would be asking me why I'm dieting to be a lot leaner than is healthy or sustainable. Because make no mistake, if you get truly contest lean, as I intend to, then it's not a healthy state. But before I lay...
You know that book, The Handmaid's Tale? Well, life for woman under Islam would be just like that.
Yeah, I guess. I never read the book though. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Out my reasons and explain what this episode will do, I'd like to go over the 3 things that you can expect from this series. First, you'll see what I'm doing to get in shape for my bodybuilding shows. You'll get a picture of my diet and my training. Second, you'll see why I'm doing what I'm doing. Wherever possible, I'm going to try to give a rationale for my practices. So there will hopefully be an instructive element to these videos. Third, you'll see how I'm progressing. You'll see how my physique is coming along. Indeed, later in this episode, I'll show you how my physique has responded to the first 2 weeks of contest prep. Which brings me to what this first episode will do. Chapter 2 of this video will go over why I'm competing in the first place. Chapter 3 will discuss my diet. Chapter 4 will discuss my training. In Chapter 5, I'll show you my before and after transformation from the first 2 weeks of dieting. I conclude in Chapter 6 with some reflections on where this series is headed. So why am I competing? The only reason I compete is to illustrate to people marginally more than they would otherwise believe that the methods that we espouse at Solomon Nelson Consulting are effective. Just kidding. As my upcoming book, Solomon's Guide to Fat Loss, details in Chapter 2, it's very important to have a robust why before embarking on a fat loss phase. I think I have such a why. Reason number 1.
Look
At the
like a
risk of
sick
sounding a bit pretentious, I want to create a work of art. And by that I don't just mean putting my most shredded physique on stage, because that's hardly the most original or interesting idea, but also documenting the entire process for this series, and thereby attempting to capture the poetry of this otherwise crazy sport.
Forgot my name of occasional killers. Islam taking all the Middle Eastern bad bitches is plenty justification already for hating Islam. Yeah, true. Yeah, we gotta wipe out that ideology. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Did you enjoy the Battletoads and my donations last night? And the nice cuddle session you had with Gummy while listening to my donations?
Yeah, it was great. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Each individual episode of the Prepstein Files can be construed as a contribution to the larger body of work. Closely related is reason number 2. I want to create a series that's entertaining and educational. Educational how? Well, A, you'll be able to see the strategies I'm using to get shredded. I've been very lean in the past just for the hell of it, and I was kicking myself for not documenting my strategies. Now, I finally get to share them with you. But if, God forbid, my methods somehow stop working, then
a lot of this shit is getting really fucking ridiculous. We've got GLP-1 agonists now, which are the absolute god tier of just weight loss drugs. Like, they're so ridiculously effective, it blows your fucking mind. I finally convinced Isaac to try retatrutide, and he was like, I had no idea it would work this well. Like, what the fuck? It's like magic. And again, according to some of the human trials, Reta may be as good, if not better, than gastric bypass surgery, which is just crazy. And then on top of that, you have like the traditional kind of fat loss drugs and peptides, so or steroids that help with fat loss. So your basic testosterone that does help with fat loss in the long run and just better overall body composition. There's compounds like tren that absolutely speed up your metabolism, and it might also have a mitochondrial uncoupling effect. You've got like T3 thyroid hormone. Growth hormone increases lipolysis. There's that growth hormone fragment peptide thing. That's just the fragment of growth hormone that triggers lipolysis. Some people say it doesn't do anything. Some people say it does work. There's at least biological plausibility. And again, there's enough people saying that they notice a difference. Like Greg Doucette made a video. I literally showed the clip.
Just look at this video and you will see exactly why.
And there's clenbuterol. Some of these things are more dangerous than other things. Like if you misdose clen, you can literally die. But there's literally no point in just like absolutely suffering and being fucking miserable and having absolutely no energy whatsoever just to look good. Why would you bother? Like, it still takes dedication and discipline and everything, even on a GLP-1 agonist. If you want to have like visible abs and shit, you still have to like take care of your diet somewhat. And same with other drugs. It doesn't completely eliminate the issue of discipline, hard work, willpower, but it just gets rid of the crazy, ridiculous suffering. And you also don't need to diet as long. So I don't see the point of just doing things totally naturally. There's just no reason to.
A Christian fundamentalist regime called the Republic of Gilead has staged a military coup and established a theocratic government in the United States. The regime theoretically restricts everyone, but in practice, a few men have structured Gilead so they have all the power, especially over women. The Handmaid's Tale is what Atwood calls speculative fiction, meaning it theorizes about possible futures. This is a fundamental characteristic shared by both utopian and dystopian texts. The possible futures in Atwood's novels are usually negative or dystopian, where the actions of a small group have destroyed society as we know it. Utopian and dystopian writing tends to parallel political trends. Utopian writing frequently depicts an idealized society that the author puts forth as a blueprint to strive toward. Dystopias, on the other hand, are not necessarily predictions of apocalyptic futures, but rather warnings about the ways in which societies can set themselves on the path to destruction. The Handmaid's Tale was published in 1985, when many conservative groups attacked the gains made by the second wave feminist movement. This movement had been advocating greater social and legal equality for women since the early 1960s. The Handmaid's Tale imagines a future in which the conservative counter-movement gains the upper hand and not only demolishes the progress women had made toward equality, but makes women completely subservient to men. Gilead divides women in the regime into distinct social classes based upon their function as status symbols for men. Even their clothing is color-coded. Women are no longer allowed to read or move about freely in public, and fertile women are subject to state-engineered rape in order to give birth to children for the regime. Although The Handmaid's
I'm putting on Voltaren gel on my shoulder because it's fucked up and I need to lower the inflammation.
Tale is set in the future, one of Atwood's self-imposed rules in writing it was that she wouldn't use any event or practice that hadn't already happened in human history. The book is set in Cambridge, Massachusetts, a judgment of dissenter. She spent before the...
Okay, I get it. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Seriously, I find it absolutely insane that the people of Gaza wasted so many years and billions of dollars just to build massive underground terror tunnels to kidnap Jews, and many around the world still believe they're the victims.
Well, people buy Greg Doucette's Turkesterone, and people also buy the bullshit Hamas propaganda that they spew. So that should give you a very clear picture of just how fucking stupid everybody is. All right. Kid Boo donated $2.
And I don't know why this needs to be an argument. I've seen at least a couple of videos about this on my feed lately. Like I've seen at least 3 in the last couple days. People arguing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in the comments. And this is just a classic example of what I was talking about before. People like a character. The character they like does a bad thing. So now they have to rationalize and justify why the bad thing the character did is like not actually bad or make some weird excuse instead of just accepting the fact that the character that you like did a bad thing. Guts is not a saint. Guts was never written to be a saint. Guts does bad things all the time. That is kind of the point of the character. Guts is a deeply flawed character that loses control all...
It's ironic, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
the time. Guts and Griffith are literally two sides of the same coin. The only difference is that Guts is a character who, despite the fact that he fails at it many times throughout the course of the series, is constantly trying to fight against submitting to his most basest and most carnal desires and lashing out at the world because of all the bad things that happen to him. Whereas Griffith, on the other hand, says fuck it and fully gives into that temptation to have all the power and control that he wants at the expense of everyone else. Guts and Griffith are foils of each other. They are two sides of the same coin. People saying Guts didn't do it, it's the Beast of Darkness that made him do it. The Beast of Darkness is not real. The Beast of Darkness is not an actual demon.
That's kind of debatable. It's kind of like 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 there's the idea of evil in Berserk. Like, is the idea of evil real? Like, the idea of evil seems to be where the God Hand gets their power, but the idea of evil is literally a manifestation of humanity's desire to have an explanation for why evil exists. Like, it's... So I don't know, it might be real in some sense, and it might also be an indication of why some of the demons and apostles are the way they are. So, like, if Guts were to, succumb and, do the sacrifice, he might become like a demon that resembles the Beast of Darkness in him, that, like, weird dog thing. And that might also be why Zod, looks like that weird Minotaur dragon kind of thing. That might have been his Beast of Darkness. Like, all the demons, like, they might have their own Beast of Darkness in them. That ends up taking over. It's just it's just the dark side of them. So it's not that it's not real. It's just that it's the part of them that is vying for control. And when they succumb and, they give in and do the ritualistic sacrifice with the Bailet, that's, what takes over them, their Beast of Darkness. Like, that's what I get from the story. So it's not that it's fake and not real. It's just, it hasn't taken over him yet. It's just it's just a part of the entity that makes up who he is.
Guts can just pull out his sword and kill. The Beast of Darkness is not an actual demon or an actual apostle. It is a visual manifestation or a visual metaphor for all the trauma, all the anger, all
It's not even a metaphor.
all
I don't
rage,
think
all
this
the
guy gets
resentment
it.
at the world that Guts has built up because of all the bad things that's happened to him. That is constantly tempting him to just give in. That is what the Beast of Darkness is. But Guts is constantly trying to stop himself from giving in, and the same way that Griffith at the Eclipse just said fuck it when he was at his lowest point and just fully gave in. And then the other point I see people bringing up is people saying, well, Guts would never do that. After all, at the Eclipse, he literally cut his own arm off to try and protect Casca from getting SA'd. And Griffith also protected Casca from getting SA'd. That didn't stop him from...
He didn't protect Casca. He just gave her the ability to protect herself. He just threw the sword at her. So he didn't really protect her. He didn't make any kind of sacrifice. He didn't have to mutilate his own body. He just basically wanted to see if Casca had the will to stand up and fight for herself. And it turned out she did. And then that was useful to him. And so he basically emotionally manipulated her like he did everyone else to join the Band of the Hawk.
from doing it later on. Like, what are you talking about? You can like a character because Guts is not real. Guts is a...
Let me see.
Hormones in it. Once you drink too much, you can't drive and you start talking nonsense.
You know that you are a fucking bastard, right?
Alcohol has so many female hormones in it. Once you drink too much, you can't drive and you start talking nonsense.
Oh, I get it, yeah. Funny enough, alcohol does directly damage the testes, so there might be something to that. This is completely and utterly incomprehensible and nonsense to me. Are these completely disjointed panels that have nothing to do with each other? Like, I have no idea what's, like, is this all, I literally have no idea what the fuck's going on there. Yeah, I'm not reading Bleach. Thanks for the donation, dude. 21st, only $2.
I have my nose up my finger up my nose, and I'm going to do a test to see if you're sick as well. Put it up.
What are you doing, man? Oh, you just...
Wait, why isn't it going? See, wait, why won't it go off, actually?
It's ejecting it. You can pick my brains out.
Wait, you're actually flying.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Thanks for the donation, dude.
I mean, seriously, it's funny how Margot said all that would happen under a Christian nation when in reality it's happening right now in Islam. Who are these dips? Progressives are letting in.
Well, maybe if she knew anything about Islam, she would have made the video about Islam. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. No, I don't know who the TikToker Mr. Piss Air is.
Prepstein files will have provided a cautionary tale, which is equally valuable. B. You'll see the toll that contest prep takes on someone of ordinary mental and physical fortitude, should you wish to do such a thing yourself. Or, if you yourself are a seasoned competitor, then you'll be able to reflect on the stresses of your folly. And C.
Yeah. There we are.
Social media is saturated with exceptionally genetically gifted people and fake naturals, with no lives outside of content creation. I want to show what's achievable by a relatively genetically average, natural trainee with an actual life outside of social media and content creation. I've got law exams and assignments to prepare for and do. I've also got the finals of the moot court competition coming up. I've got consultations. In different ways, I think most people share those daily stresses, so I hope in some sense my situation is relatable, or at least more relatable than that of the average fitness influencer. Reason number 3 is simple curiosity. I've never been contest lean before, and I'm curious to know what I'll look like, what I'll feel like, how much other people can put up with me, what kind of a brain I'll have when basically on starvation calories, etc. Reason number 4, I feel that having skin in the game, so to speak, will make me a better consultant. I aim to stress test the strategies in my book and my consulting practice in real time by doing this prep. Reason number 5, I think the whole concept of a bodybuilding show is really funny. I have an absurdist sense of humor.
Dude, the GLP-1 agonists.
Do you fuck in that mask?
None of your business. Thanks for the donation. The great thing with the GLP-1 agonists is when you have coaching clients, you literally don't have to worry about willpower anymore. You just tell them what to fucking eat. And if anything, it becomes a problem for them to eat enough food. But yeah, you just tell them to take like tirzepatide or Retta or some shit. And then give them the fucking diet plan, make adjustments as needed. You don't have to like have like a fucking prep, like, you know, this kind of prep talk, you know, like, you know, get your, like, you can do it. You know, it's a bit of a struggle, but, you know, take it one step at a time. No, just take fucking Retta.
And there's something delightfully absurd and therefore funny about competitive bodybuilding. It seems ridiculous to starve yourself and suffer so much for so little, a plastic trophy. I think you'll find it funny and you'll be there with me on show day. Reason number 6, I enjoy the prospect of experimenting with a new content style. As you know by now, my content is usually very structured and essayistic, with chapterized segments.
Damn right, even the woman who were once a part of Islam admits it's evil.
Again, Islam has really, really dark elements to it, where even if you're trying to converse with somebody, let's say, who's not as knowledgeable about Islam, you could sell Islam in a way that it could seem like this is just a beautiful culture, let's say, and let us fast and let us do what it is that we do. And so what, we're
I don't know where people get that idea. Like, they all look like shitholes. Every Muslim country.
demanding like a mosque and halal shops and this and that, but then, you know, you think that that's all okay, that's guarding their way of life, but then it encroaches and encroaches, and then you get protests like the ones outside Batley Grammar School, where, you know, you realize that it's not just them minding their own business or saying, hey, our values are slightly different, they don't line up with yours, let's just, you know, you do you and we do us. It's not like that. It's actually now having intimidating protests, getting teachers to be away in hiding and having to leave school, get security, all these kind of things, which it's just mad to think if this is coming from.
And it's all dumb, white, liberal fucking bitches that are letting it happen. Again, there's way too many fucking dumb white women who are in the faculties of these schools and just gay fucking beta male dudes. And, oh, you're offended? Okay, we'll get rid of free speech. We'll accommodate you. Oh, I want to be the gay place. Instead of, like, get the fuck out of our country if you have a problem with this shit.
People who have a slightly different culture that we need to respect, you're bending over backwards to respect a really highly regressive culture.
Yeah, and they're just like fucking cunts, you know? If you went to their country and then asked them to respect your, like, traditions and values, we're going to chop off your right arm and left leg now?
But this series will hopefully represent a departure from that formula. In the following weeks, I'll try to experiment with something a lot more free-flowing and organic. We'll see, though. Depending on how much I'm struggling with the diet, I might just want to stick with what I know. There are probably more reasons I'm forgetting, but that's what I've come up with so far. Well, now how about the reasons that I'm not competing for? First of all, I'm not competing to win. It'd obviously be nice to win, but I'm not going into this expecting anything. Bodybuilding is one of the most genetic sports there is, and unless you're a top pro,
I wouldn't really say that. I don't think there's really, yeah, like the only sports that I would say there isn't like a very strong genetic component would be something stupid like walk racing. So like when you have a sport that has like weird arbitrary rules that limit your ability to produce like power, speed, strength, and have low requirements for coordination or something, then yeah, but like most sports do require extremely high levels of physicality, like, you know, and a lot of aspects of performance. So like when you're talking about the high, like at the highest levels, I don't think bodybuilding is really unique in that regard.
You don't know who's going to show up on the day of your competition. You might get really unlucky and be up against some genetic freak, or you might get really lucky and go up against someone who barely dieted. In other circumstances, sometimes nobody shows up and you automatically win. So for that reason, winning is irrelevant to me. I want to put in a good effort and do the best I can, and I don't care how I place as long as I try. Second, I'm not competing because I think I'll somehow look objectively better with a shredded physique. I actually much prefer how I look in a healthier body fat range, like how I was before starting the prep.
The more shredded I am, the more I like the way I look. If it were up to me, I'd have like literally no body fat and just looked like I was chiseled out of like fucking granite or something. It's not particularly realistic. I've gotten better at it over time, staying leaner, especially on steroids. It's kind of like the sky's the limit almost. But yeah, I just like looking superhuman. Probably has to do with like fucking Dragon Ball Z and all that shit, where I just have this need to just be superhuman, better than everybody, just look like a fucking sick cunt. It actually like frustrates me when I watch superhero movies where like Superman can like destroy like these massive fucking monsters and like, you know, the Hulk can just destroy tanks. Like it actually fucking pisses me off that I can't do that.
And as soon as my contests are over, I plan to gain the fat back. I won't try to cling on to my shreds. Now let's talk about my diet. My diet so far has been a protein-sparing modified fast, or PSMF for short. This is a diet where you only eat protein and vegetables, so you only get in trace carbs and fats, and as a consequence, the calorie intake is very low, and you lose a lot of fat very quickly. For some perspective, my average calorie intake over the past 2 weeks has been a bit shy of 1100 each day. Of course, there are ways to do it right, and ways to do it very, very wrong. If you screw it up, then the consequences can be literally fatal. And you can screw it up badly by failing to ingest enough essential nutrients, such as the full spectrum of electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, etc. And to a lesser degree, you can screw it up by undereating protein or neglecting vegetables. But done right, this diet is incredible. My book Solomon's Guide to Fat Loss gives a complete breakdown of how to do it safely and effectively, and why it's such a good and evidence-based approach, contrary to the slow and steady dogma that the fitness industry espouses. Essentially, my meals have just been lean proteins like egg whites and white fish, paired with non-starchy vegetables such as broccoli, Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, and
Yeah, we should switch that to tofu, TVP, seitan. Oh, dude, it's just, I don't know what the fucking deal is. Like, how long have I been around and just, like, shown everybody, you know, you can do the vegan thing naturally, unnaturally, you can get jacked with or without steroids, and we still got fucking people, egg whites and chicken, like, fuck me.
spinach. I eat 2 meals a day and shoot for a minimum of 170 grams of protein per day. Well, do I get full? Well, perhaps surprisingly, the answer is yes. The combination of ketosis, a high protein intake, a high vegetable intake, and the PSMF's impact on sensory-specific satiety, which is basically the idea that you get bored of eating the same limited food choices, have been enough to blunt my hunger so effectively that I basically never experience hunger nor cravings. And no, I'm not on any GL.
Hell, even this woman admits Islam is just like The Handmaid's Tale.
Let me see.
There's a brutal crackdown occurring. Tear gas, clubs, ammunition is being fired into crowds. According to some
Oh, is this that Iranian woman who left Iran, fled, and became a journalist?
reports, 185 people have died in the protests, but these are estimates. Yeah. There are also reports of journalists being arrested, school children being detained on school premises. What are you hearing from your contacts on the ground?
First of all, I have to say that the numbers are much more than this, because the Iranian regime cut off the internet to prevent the rest of the world to see the real brutality, to see the real crackdown on how many people got killed. I see that schoolgirls, teenagers, making video before going to protest. One of them, Hadith Najafi, only 20-year-old, she filmed herself. Proudly saying that I'm going to the demonstration, and the day when we have the regime change, I am going to be proud of myself because I was part of the revolution. She got killed.
Yep.
There's another girl who burned headscarf, Nikah Karami.
And guess what? In Iran, it is illegal to own firearms. What a fucking surprise. That's what the fucking Democrats and libtard fuckwits want. So, yeah, bring in all the fucking Muslims. Let all these regressive fucking assholes who want to, like, fucking murder women for not wearing fucking headscarves into the fucking country. And try to ban everyone's fucking guns. And turn the fucking country into, like, Iran. Like, it's fucking retarded. Like the whole, like, fundamentally, the fucking reason there hasn't been another Iranian revolution is because none of these people have arms. That's it. Like, that's why there were 50,000 fucking protesters that were gunned down. That's why the IRGC is able to just round up all these people and fucking kill them with no problem. It's just fucking pathetic that you have these fucking idiots who live in a free fucking country who still advocate against fucking firearms because, ew, guns are scary. I saw a fucking black kid killing another black kid, so I want to ban everyone from having fucking guns. And there's a school shooting somewhere, and fuck you. Fucking asshole. I just fucking hate liberals and Democrats for that. Like, it is just the most disgusting, retarded, fuckwit policy.
There will come a point where you eat animal products again for health optimization. I believe your fear of judgment keeps you dedicated.
Nope. I'm not a retard. Thanks for the donation, Chad.
Only 16-year-old, bravely leading the movement by burning her hijab. She got killed. And what the Iranian regime did, brought their family on TV to do forced confession and saying that, no, our daughters just committed suicide. This is what I see. But you know what? You had Margaret Atwood in your show. She wrote a book, The Handmaid's Tale, and there's a series about it. In the West, maybe people just eat their popcorn and watch it as an entertainment. But this is the reality in Iran, in Afghanistan. Women are being treated like what you see in the...
Yeah, I've heard of Pal World. I don't really have an opinion on it. I know, was it Nintendo or something that sued them? And I think they only got like $50 out of the lawsuit. It was something ridiculous. Yeah, I don't really know what Pal World is. It just kind of looks like Pokemon. That's all I really know about it.
Handmaid's Tale. Women get raped in the name of child marriage. Women get killed. Teenagers are getting killed. So that breaks my heart.
There are those who will say Iranian women, some of them choose hijab.
From the age of 7, you choose to wear hijab. When people say that some women, yeah, my mom wears it, traditionally. But I strongly believe that hijab cannot be a choice until the day that all women around the world can choose to wear it or not.
There's a brutal crack.
Peas or appetite suppressants, besides arguably caffeine. I drink 2 cups of black coffee a day. Of course, it's early days, but so far so good. Now to discuss training. At the moment, I'm doing 1 to 2 brief, high-intensity...
Hell yeah, belt squat. Belt squats are so fucking good, dude. I still think the Rogue Rhino is the best belt squat. The Pit Shark is good, but I don't think it's quite as good, especially for the way that I like to squat. And it's more versatile. It's got the cable mechanism, so you can do just more exercises.
To brief, high...
It's also not a crazy plate eater. These just eat fucking plates. So, like, the Rogue Rhino belt squat, it's 1-to-1. You know exactly what weight you're lifting. These are something weird. They're, like, close to half or something.
Intensity, full body workouts per week. That's it. And my training routine will stay that way for the entire duration of my contest prep. I'm there at the gym to send a signal to my muscles to stick around, which really doesn't require much training, and then I get the hell out. Moreover, if you don't cut back on your training when doing a PSMF, you can expect to get wrecked. I think of my recovery the way I treat a bank account. Training makes up the withdrawals, and sleep and food make up the deposits. So it's a balance, right? If you withdraw a lot, for example, you train with high volumes and intensities, then you need to deposit a lot, else you'll be in debt. But on a PSMF, you can't deposit a lot. Your income, so to speak, is meager. So you have to cut back on your withdrawals. But won't this lead to muscle loss, you might ask? No, is the answer. The amount of training you need to preserve your muscle, even while dieting aggressively, is amazingly little. And I think you'll see this as I get deeper into my prep. But throughout the Prepstein files, you'll be the judge. Now for the physique update. These past 2 weeks have been a big success overall. My motivation is high right now, and my body isn't really fighting back in terms of hunger. It remains to be seen whether that changes as I approach the low single-digit body fat percentage range, but so far, so good. I filmed my starting physique on the 28th of June. That's day 0. And I'll throw up a comparison on screen with my physique on the 12th of July after 13 days of dieting.
Yeah,
my weekly average in the before shots was 75.5 kilos body weight, and my weekly average in the after is 71.5 kilos. So my average has dropped by a staggering 4 kilos or 8.8 pounds. A common complaint in the early stages of a diet is the fat but flat effect. And this is where your body has depleted its muscle glycogen stores, so your muscles look noticeably flatter and less pumped than usual, but you haven't yet lost significant body fat. So you look just as fat, but with less muscle. And this is disheartening for many dieters. But as you can see, I've basically completely bypassed this fat but flat phase. One thing I found about aggressive dieting is that it truncates the timeline for everything. So for example, if the fat but flat stage lasts for 3 weeks on a 500 calorie daily deficit, then it'll only last for 1 week on a 1500 calorie daily deficit. In the coming weeks, you can expect some big changes. And yes, I know, I still have to learn how to pose. Where to from here? Well, aside from me getting leaner and leaner, I look forward to discussing whatever you, the viewer, are most interested in seeing and learning from the Prepstein files. I do read the comments, and if there's a question you really want me to answer, then I'll do my best to answer it in the next episode. Look forward to my face becoming progressively more gaunt the deeper we get into this series. Thank you for tuning into the Prepstein Files, and I'll see you in 7 days' time for my weekly check-in with you, my beloved subscriber.
Alright, that might be interesting. I don't know why he wouldn't use GLP-1 agonist. Like, I mean, I think he's in Australia and they have like gay fucking laws there with using peptides. Because, you know, Australia is a dumb, shithole, totalitarian, fucking, stupid fuckwit country. Which car is best between Mazda, Miata, Corolla GR, Elantra, and Civic Type R? Probably the GR Corolla. Especially since those cars can be tuned to the fucking moon. Is the Civic Type R front-wheel drive? I would say either the Corolla GR or the Civic Type R. Yeah, the GR Corolla would be my top pick.
Peak Joey for ye.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god, he's so sentient. You can see the sentience right there. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, he is so
You're
sentient.
just too much, Joseph. Joseph
Oh my
Joey
goodness.
persists. You are way too handsome.
He's really handsome.
I don't even know what to do with it all.
I wouldn't know what to do either.
I don't know how to process the cat that is you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
I don't.
Oh, he's being sentient again.
Oh, you're too cute.
Oh my
You're
god.
overwhelming.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
I love you, bud.
Now that is a good kitty. Oh my goodness. That is good. Thanks for the donation, Ethan, though. Yeah, what video's doing. Hi, everyone. Kind of surprised the videos I made about Greg are doing worse than some of the vlogs I made. All right.
Well, hello. We have a special guest today.
Is there any time
Mr.
stamps?
Joe Palacios.
What's
So
up?
you're competing in the Tampa Pro soon. Quads as well. So, and you know, the scientists are all like, well, you're going to deplete your 2X fibers. So you won't get maximum force production. It's like, I'm not trying to generate strength, bro. I just got to knock out those 2X on my base.
Might watch that on my spare time.
No appetite.
If the food would taste good, I'll be like, there must be something in it that I shouldn't be eating. The concept of well.
Oh, dude, this is going to trigger the fuck out of me. Victoria's Secret models are just stupid as shit. I can't fucking stand them. What is the motorcycle equivalent of a Corolla or Civic? Maybe like a Honda CB500, something like that.
Wellness for me for the longest time was pain.
If I closed my eyes and you said, who's talking, I would say, I don't know, anyone in the Miss Olympia. Eat what she ate back in her day when she had to diet down for those runway events, you know, where the girls with big boobs and skinny bodies.
There are no girls with big boobs on fucking fashion runways. They're all flat as can be.
Go on the runway. And by big boobs, I mean they have B cups because their bodies are so small that even a B cup looks big. Teeny tiny waists and enormous breasts and stick arms and measurements that were virtually impossible for any normal woman to achieve without starving herself. I would add, even with starving themselves, almost impossible. I'm reading this. You guys think I make this shit up. So there they are, the Victoria's Secret supermodels. Skinny, twig arms, twig legs, twig everything, and B cup breasts. These are not big boobs. I don't know what they're talking about. They haven't seen Mepsogram if they think this is a big boob.
Yeah, boy.
Have we gotten any better today? Like, this is from 10 years ago and now today. Like, is Victoria's Secret even a thing?
You can't put a solar panel charger on the back of an electric motorcycle. That wouldn't do anything.
What happens is people eventually they push back. Hey, none of that represents us. We can't look like that. And so what they do is they find it equally bad. They start showing us what we actually look like. There's two bads. Ultra skinny Victoria's Secret from 2016 and average human now. Both are bad. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that being morbidly obese isn't good either. Being underweight, bad, or...
You are also right that they also lie, just like in this old PSA, for example.
We often hear claims Muslims don't condemn terrorism.
And that Islam condones violence.
As Muslims, we want to state clearly
that those who commit acts of terror in the name of Islam are betraying the teachings of the Quran and the Prophet Muhammad.
No, the Prophet Muhammad told everyone to commit jihad. That's why terrorist attacks occur in Islam.
we reject anyone of any faith who commits such brutal acts.
Lies.
And will not allow our faith to be hijacked by criminals.
Islam is not about hatred and violence. It's about peace.
It is about hatred and violence.
And justice.
Yeah, that's why it allows for slavery. Right. Thanks for the donation, Dodo. It's
overweight, also bad. They're both bad. Just because there's more people who are overweight than underweight doesn't mean that we should be pushing overweight. Here we are today. Supermodels. I think not.
This is Vita Sidorkina, a Victoria's Secret supermodel. Models are often known for following incredibly strict diets designed to keep them as skinny as possible.
And so the exact same thing as bodybuilding, bikini, all those different categories, except they use steroids. We're really gonna act like there's any difference whatsoever. Victoria's Secret, starving themselves, 600 calories a day. You can't eat this, you can't eat that, carbs are bad, nothing can be eaten. You need to look small. Bodybuilding, bikini, you can't eat anything, you gotta diet, you gotta do 3 hours of cardio, your body fat has to be single digit, and you use steroids. I'm almost thinking that bodybuilding is worse because they're using steroids. At least with Victoria's Secret models, they're probably not abusing steroids, and then once they start eating again, they look fit, they look healthy, as in case in point, this girl right here. She didn't look bad, she's a mom, she's got kids, she looks fantastic. You're going to say she's a little bit thin? Perhaps that's her genetics. But notice she's not on steroids. And so this girl right here, right now, if you give her steroids in a year from now, she's competing up on that stage.
Today, we're swapping diets. While Vita will be taking on my high-protein bodybuilder meal plan built around gaining muscle, I'll be following the kind of diet that helps keep a supermodel ready for the runway.
Yeah, that looks like a bodybuilder meal. I saw a chicken breast with cucumbers. Does that not look like half of your prep foods right now? I coach bodybuilding. I still coach. People hire me because they didn't want to eat chicken, broccoli, and rice all the time, and oftentimes hold the rice. Oh, too many carbs.
It's
Favorite protein food, just tofu. It's easy to make.
3 egg whites.
3 egg
half
whites.
the avocado, which is pretty much what you give me.
Yep.
No carbs.
No carbs. Okay.
Because back in the days,
That has carbohydrates And that is not 267 calories.
Half the avocado, which is pretty much what you give me.
Yep.
No carbs.
No carbs. Okay.
Because back in the days, the carb is an enemy.
I mean, technically, a calorie surplus is going to make you fat, but you all know why people say carbs are the enemy. They store water, 3 times their weight in water. And so if you eat 100 grams of carbs, you're going to store at least 300 grams of water. And so that extra water weight, it actually going to make you look fluffy, puffy, if you will. And so a Victoria's Secret model, if she were to eat carbs, she's going to gain weight. Now, it's good weight, it's healthy weight, it's muscle weight, but that's not what they want. They want to look stickly. And so by cutting out carbs, they're going to be lighter, leaner, and fit into those tiny pieces of clothing. And so they actually had it right. The carbs, not making you fat, but making you look fat.
By the way, no salt, huh?
Yeah, it's bland. It's like you're feeding a newborn.
We cannot eat salt because it retains water.
Wow.
It's not for the weak.
Sodium, water, carbs, all of these things, you take it away. When you're dieting for a photo shoot, for example, do you really think you're just eating whatever you want? Or do you not think there's specific foods to eat, certain foods to avoid, in order to lose the most weight possible? If you had a before and after transformation and the goal was to lose the most amount of weight possible, do you really think you're going to just drink a ton of water the day before the show, have as much sodium as you want, and eat plenty of carbs? Of course not. You're eating none of that.
The breakfast was the biggest meal.
Really? Like, to me, this is like a snack.
For me, it's like a full meal.
And so 267 calories for breakfast, the biggest and largest meal of the day. It's frankly not a lot, but it makes sense that your biggest meal would happen in the morning. After all, you just finished fasting. It's called breakfast for a reason. You're breaking your fast with your largest meal. If she were on steroids and a Victoria's Secret model and double these calories, nutrient partitioning would occur. All those extra calories, proteins, and so on would turn into muscle. And so that physique she had back then with steroids would be the physiques that we see today. Case in point, precious calories.
Well, they don't do any training. So no.
Deficit. You're no golem. Well, she isn't golem, but she's as lean and as shredded as golem. The difference between her and a Victoria's Secret model.
That chick genuinely looks unwell. It's like beyond just being lean. She has like dark circles under her eyes. Her teeth look fucking weird.
It's steroids. She's as shocking, no, more shocking in her appearance than that of a Victoria's Secret model. And so I actually don't know why Victoria's Secret doesn't hire her and girls like her to model their clothing. What Victoria's Secret and other agencies want to do is they want to have the wow factor, as in you're going to pause. You see their photo, you stop. What am I seeing? It gives more attention to the clothes and more people are talking about it. Why do you think they put super obese fatsos on the cover of magazines? Do you really think it's to be nice? Oh, we just love morbidly obese girls. They're so sexy. It's not that, it's the shock factor. Why did you put a fat person on the cover? She's 400 pounds. Why is she in a bathing suit? That doesn't look good. Why do you think Demi Moore did this? She was pregnant. I was young. Whoa, a naked person on the cover of a magazine. It made me stop. It made you stop. Made everybody stop.
If I wanted to get started on Rita, where should I go and what does to start?
I don't know what the fuck you mean by that question. The starting dose is 2 milligrams per week. Order it from a peptide website. You need to reconstitute it with bacteriostatic water. So if it's 10 milligrams in the vial, you add 1 mil of bacteriostatic water. That means for every 0.2 mils, there's going to be 2 milligrams. So you drop 0.2 milliliters to get the 2 milligrams, and you inject that once a week. Thanks for that donation, Alan.
Stop.
Gross.
If we put golem-looking characters who have single-digit body fat and muscle everywhere, people are going to stop and look. They're going to talk. Why is she a Victoria's Secret model? This golem-looking character has just as much right to be a supermodel on the cover of a magazine.
It looks like she has gum recession and her teeth have dissolved.
Character has just as much right to be.
Yeah, looks like she has dissolved teeth.
A supermodel on the cover of a magazine as anybody else. And frankly, I think more people would stop and look at her than all of these individuals.
I think we were very focused on like feeding into the smaller size possible. Like I remember I was in Paris Fashion Week. They casted me, they liked my looks. I went on fitting, the dress was not closing. They're like, go home.
And so clearly, hey, the smaller you are, the better. And so how do you get small? You eat less. You move more. This model was fired from Louis Vuitton for being too fat. If you're looking for somebody who looks excessively small and you're not excessively small, technically you're too fat.
So let's say you would go on a trip somewhere, they would give you $150 per week. They would call you weekly into a modeling agency for measurements. And if you gain a little bit of weight, they wouldn't give you the pocket money.
And so what would you do? Imagine that's your job. You need to weigh 110 pounds or less. That's your job. You're famous. What are you going to do? You're going to make sure you weigh under 110 pounds. And so how is it any different today? Well, today we have GLPs. Do you know how easy it is to lose weight? And so all of these things that are happening, they're happening right now. The only difference is it's easier. They're talking about eating cotton balls.
That is B12. That is literally a vial of B12. I don't know why they're using that needle to get the B12, but that is a B12 vial. You can tell because it's red.
Balls, having specific diets, eating all these things. And remember, at Algo RX, you can get GLPs. Of course, they don't sell
Yes, hopefully I can get the aerial atom next week.
Retta. It's not for human consumption, but they do in fact sell other.
Here we fucking go. The FDA approval, not for human consumption fucking thing. Like, this guy's a fucking idiot. You can look at all the FDA approved steroids. The ones I know of, testosterone, nandrolone, what is it? Anadrol. Anavar was recently removed, like just a few weeks ago, I think. Halotestin, Proviron, again, Greg whines and cries about people taking testosterone. That's FDA approved. And then he's like, then he like whines and cries about people. Like, there's no consistency. Nothing makes sense. He's just a fucking manipulative liar. Just makes up bullshit so that, just go to my TRT clinic. Go to my supplement website. He's just making up stupid, dumb excuses and fear-mongering just to try to funnel you to his businesses.
Other GLPs, as well as other peptides. Code Greg for your discount.
If the food would taste good, I'll be like, there must be something in it that I shouldn't be eating. The concept of wellness for me for the longest time was pain.
This sounds exactly like a bodybuilder. Like, if I closed my eyes and you said, who's talking? I would say, I don't know, anyone in the Miss Olympia. Bikini. Any category. This is what they said. Food, it tastes good. Oh, stay away. Sugar, nope, can't have that. Plain, get rid of the salt, get rid of this. Condiments, no, you have to cut those out. Walden Farms, are you kidding me? You can't have it. Except for Coach Greg. You remember I changed all of this years ago. Everyone, chicken, broccoli, and rice, not Coach Greg. Anabolic French toast. You really want to eat that? Why are you eating my protein pizza? My protein ice cream? And so I literally changed the game. Many of you are too list of all the foods you're going to eat after the competition's over. The chocolates, the candies, the cake. I used to get mad. Coach Greg is calling us out. Here we are today as I continue to make the same videos.
Greg goddamn Doucette.
If you're actually trying to lose weight and to make it easier than last time, have you in fact purchased my
the industry? I wanted to have kids really badly, and I will tell you, like, with that kind of unhealthy past dieting, I had like loss of the periods.
And so remember, as you know, when you're not eating enough calories, you become amenorrheic, you lose your period, you can't have children. You have to eat more food in order to have proper hormones. And so please be careful. Not to mention, you can develop osteoporosis later in life if you're not eating enough calories. And this applies to whether you have muscle or not. Just because you have muscle, like you're shredded, if you use steroids, then yes, you can have the same low level of body fat as a Victoria's Secret model, only you have more muscle, and so people are not going to make fun of you as much. Perhaps they'll joke around, but you're going to get a lot of compliments. When you're shredded, whether it's a man or as a woman, people are going to say, wow, that's impressive. As much as I make fun of this lady, she's having a lot of praise. But you need to realize that you need steroids to look like that. Without the steroids and eating almost nothing each and every day, your muscles are going to get smaller. You need calories in order to build muscle. To build muscle, well, I may as well explain it. You need protein, water, and energy. Energy in the form of body fat on your body or from food. And without that, you cannot build that muscle. And so if you're walking around as a woman with single-digit body fat, the muscles are not going to get bigger. They're going to continue to get smaller. That is an ED.
I weigh so much more now, but I look so much better because the quality of the body matters more than the weight on scale.
And so remember, she weighs a heck of a lot more now.
It's funny how this chick is a Victoria's Secret model. Most of these women don't look very good. Like, I mean, she looks fine. It's not ugly, but it's like, Like she'd just be completely invisible to me if I saw her in public. Like, I wouldn't think, oh, that chick's a model. I just think she's just some, like, normal-looking chick with a normal job, you know what I mean?
Who sees her right now would say she's relatively thin. And so imagine how thin she actually was back then. And so this is a combination of hard work as well as, of course, genetics.
I'm pretty hungry, so like, when is the next meal?
Okay. I'll give you a chewing gum. Whenever you feel hungry, you reach for it.
And so
you to fit in this jacket by the end of the day. It's my...
And all kinds of deliciousness. Now, to bodybuilders, is we essentially like everything. We've restricted calories so the honesty, most people would kind of a greenish tinge, and I made a big sloppy mess. He was expecting a gourmet meal made by a chef, and he ended up with Coach Greg.
Vita's workouts consist of 3 blocks. Each block has 3 different exercises. It's 45 seconds maximum intensity, followed by 15 seconds
intensity, followed by 15 seconds of rest. Easy. Essentially, it's almost steadies out to a high zone 3. It's not ideal. It's not magical. I would just continue to train.
I fucking hate Will Tennyson. Look at this fucking faggot.
Like anything, you have to pace yourself. It would be like if I said, hey, we're doing 20 sets of bench press. Do you really think you're going to go all out to failure on all 20 sets?
Have a bite and then look at the screen.
Close your eyes. Imagine Italian tiramisu melting in your mouth.
I feel like if you look at a tiramisu, cardboard, perhaps look at a rice cake, and eat the cottage cheese and think, you know what? It's actually exceeding my expectations. My opinion about happiness is to have your stats true. Once you've been dieting, are 8 out of 10s. Hey, I'm not going to lie. You think I'm going to say everything in my cookbook is a 10 out of 10? It's all low in sugar, low in fat, low in calories, high in protein. How could it be as good as your Haagen-Dazs ice cream? But it's 80% as good. The meals in the cookbook, 80%, 8 out of 10. That is all you need. Add to that, if you're hungry, the GLP Max.
Yes, spend more money on a supplement that has no proven efficacy whatsoever. In fact, I can guarantee you this does absolutely nothing. Rather than taking a GLP-1 agonist that is cheaper and actually works. Be stupid. Be a dumb, retarded fuckwit and buy Greg's useless fucking supplement that does absolutely nothing and throw your money in the fucking garbage so that this jackass can buy another Ferrari. Don't go to a peptide website. Don't get a GLP-1 agonist that works. Just give Greg money for no fucking reason. Be a fucking retard.
It's more manageable. It's down to...
Like cotton, like balls? Like cotton?
You know what? She's listed a bunch of things. The cotton balls, the laxatives, the visiting the washroom for number 3. My opinion is that's nothing. Listen to what bodybuilders do. Clen, T3, T4, Adderall, DNP, sniffing creatine.
There are no bodybuilders that do DNP. That's just like dumbass, fucking idiots online. I literally don't know of any fucking bodybuilder ever who's done DNP. Like again, it's just fucking morons who are doing that shit. Like online wannabe bodybuilders who don't compete.
Doing math. Endless hours on the treadmill. And the list goes on. And all of that was for what? For a plastic or perhaps a statuesque trophy. She was famous. She's literally in a Will Tennyson video. What are you? I'm asking you. What are you? Like, what are you doing? You're using Anavar. You're using Proviron, Primo, a list of peptides that you don't know what they are. Your coach told you to take them. You don't know what it is. You're injecting it. You're thinking, yeah, these guys inject it. I saw some girl on TikTok use it. Are you serious? Like, talk to yourself right now. Perhaps talk yourself out of it. I'm using all these drugs, and I haven't even competed before, to step on stage so that what? My coach can say, congratulations, you did it? Did what? You used steroids to get the physique that you didn't even want. Somebody convinced you that you wanted it. Hopefully.
I don't know why that would be the case. Is that the case with everything? Oh, you didn't even want the money. Somebody convinced you wanted money and a big mansion and a fast car. Like, I don't know why the fuck he'd say anything stupid like that.
You don't do it long enough at high enough doses so that your voice turns into that of a man. You have to start shading. You go to an abs apple, you start losing your hair, and your clit has a dick.
Damn! The massive clitoris thing is kind of a myth. Generally what happens with women on steroids is, yeah, they can get clitoral enlargement, but there's a limit to how much it can grow. So some people are more prone to it growing more, some people are more prone to it growing less, but it's not like it just keeps growing into this like massive fucking 10-inch BBC. It doesn't work that way. So like worst case scenario, if you take high doses of steroids, don't manage the side effects, never come off, it'll just grow to a certain point and then stop.
Do you think it's worth it? Right now, maybe it is.
And by the way, you can ask girls that are on steroids and had clitoral enlargement, they all like it. Like maybe there's a few, but like that don't like the way it looks, but like most girls I've seen who's talked about it, they say it's great. They can orgasm way easier.
Because you're dieting and you're suffering and you're hungry, and if you take the clan and you take this pill and you take that, you're less hungry, less suffering. Isn't that the whole point of the bodybuilding, to see if you could suffer long enough to do it? I mean, when I was competing back in the day, there were no GLPs. There wasn't Gee's barbecue sauce. There was none of that shit. We had salt and pepper. We suffered and we did the things we needed to do to get to the stage. Now, just having the cookbook alone, do you know how easy it is to compete?
It is not easy, even with GLP-1s. It's still ridiculously fucking hard.
Comparison to when I first started competing in grade 12. Imagine if I had my book in grade 12, if I had a coach. I didn't even have the freaking internet. I was competing in the early 90s, guys. There was no Instagram, Facebook, coaches, none of that shit. I just dieted. There wasn't even protein bars. But I got in shape, and so well in shape that you all thought I was a fake natty. Do you not understand?
Why won't Greg reply to my videos? It's because I'm literally the only fucking person in the entire fitness industry that can properly critique Greg and prove he's lying and full of shit. So Greg will never make a video response to me because he has absolutely no wiggle room to come up with more lies and stupid excuses to make it seem as though he comes out on top. So he's never going to reply to me. He's just going to act like I don't exist. And yeah, it's just going to be that way.
Understand that you don't need all these drugs, these concoctions. You can actually do it natty. You just do the best that you can do, and you become proud of yourself for doing that. You don't need to use...
Dylan, donate $2. Watch a video. I'm not going to watch that. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Steroids. Yeah, there's going to be people you're competing against on steroids. Even if you do a natural bodybuilding contest, some of the people are going to cheat, at least in their off season, and they're going to be competing against you, and they're going to beat you. So what? It's about being your personal best self without comparing.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, it's about being your best self. Why would you compare yourself to others? Yeah, that doesn't get you money. That doesn't get you pussy. That doesn't get you shit. So, yeah, life is in fact a competition, and this is what fucking losers say to cope. So, again, like, oh, they won because they took steroids. Yeah, they fucking won because they're willing to do what it takes. You weren't. Oh, they won because they're willing to risk things and I'm not. Yeah, no shit. That's why you're a fucking loser. Like, get the fuck over it. If you want to be a fucking beta male pussy, not push things to, like, the extremes needed to fucking win, that's that.
Comparing yourself to other people. Remember, comparison is the thief. Stop comparing yourself to other people.
I mean, not new to you.
But no, that's it. You pass your.
No.
Oh, good.
There
good
we
job.
go.
So imagine how easy Victoria's Secret models back in the day would have had it if they would have had the GLPs of today. All of these secrets that they were doing, none of them would have needed to do it. Every last one of those Victoria's Secret models could have gotten those physiques with ease. All they had to do is take the GLP, no appetite, eat less. Would they be healthy? Of course not. Would they lose their period? Absolutely. Would I recommend it? No. But they all could have done it and not had to eat cotton balls and whatever.
The gym. And now it's time for me to Uno reverse you.
How cool is it that this is her having gained 10 kilograms from when she was younger? She's still shredded. I see striations in her delts. There was veins throughout her.
She's lying. She did not gain 10 kilograms. That's 20 pounds. We saw footage of her when she was younger. So that's just fucking bullshit. That is not a 20-pound weight difference. Imagine her already looking right on that fucking threshold of being too thin. Like, she's right on that fucking line. And you're telling me she was 20 pounds thinner. No, she'd be literally a fucking skeleton in the fucking hospital. Like Eugenia
chest?
Cooney.
This girl's peeled.
You're having a chicken breast with cucumbers.
Finally, Will gets to eat something 208 calories, a chicken breast with cucumbers. No salt, no pepper, no Mrs. Dash, no Molly McButter, no Geese Hughes sauce. Nothing. Everything plainer than last time.
You're having water. And do you have your chewing gum still?
I don't have my chewing gum. I forgot my chewing gum.
Forgot.
I forgot the chewing gum.
Sorry for
Just
you.
water.
Just water.
And for Will, meal 3, it's plain water. It's not even sparkling, guys. See?
929 calories.
And for me, I had nearly 6.5 times less food, eating only.
So this is bullshit. You do not just eat 611 calories. Again, for comparison, Jews in the Holocaust were getting somewhere between 12 to 1,500 calories on average. And we all know what fucking Jews in the Holocaust looked like. Like, she ate 611 calories on average daily, you'd be dead. Like, fuck right off. Just so stupid.
Only 611.
And she did not eat 4,000 fucking calories. This is not a chick who could possibly ever put that much food down. Like, dude, that's difficult for me. Like, fuck right off. Like, why? Just, everyone is such a fucking idiot. Just eating up complete and utter stupid fucking slop. Dude, all these people are just fucking scumbags. What other dumb fucking lying ass videos has this idiot made recently? Yeah, midget versus normal person, world's skinniest versus fattest city. What the like, why every fucking video? I went to a fat place and a skinny place. I went to a fat thing and a skinny thing. Like, I don't know who the fuck is even remotely interested in this dumb shit. Yeah, the stupid South Korea thing. Illegal to be fat. Yeah, sure. Idiot. Anti-aging TikToks. Like, fuck you. I just do not understand who watches this dumbass fucking shit. I tried his 725-pound diet. Fuck this guy. He's a fucking retard. Fucking assholes. Give me one moment. I need to do something. I'm back. Obama's curious obsession with hungry Poland. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, hey, there we go.
Hello, my friend.
Tate shit. I keep getting recommended these weird small fitness channels that upload really shitty, stupid live streams. Okay, give me a second. All right, I have returned. What were we doing? Oh,
As it happened, finally, Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate have been arrested in Miami.
Dude, this guy wears the gayest clothing. I thought this was a chick for a second. He's got this like weird, bright, metallic purple shirt, these tight pants that don't go down to his ankles. These almost look like high heels. They're like weird woman's slip-on shoes. What the fuck does this guy wear?
Mr. Tate, would you mind signing? Hey, Tate.
Really, like even the way he moves, like he has this dainty kind of walk.
Too late to run. Andrew Tate, it's too late to run.
Yeah, Eastern European as fuck.
And Tristan, you see? Stylish guy. Where, yeah, this guy. Mafiosi.
That looks a bit more dorky, but at least it's not as gay.
Damn, look what they wear. Like, this is so cringe, come on.
Yeah, seriously. Fuck.
Expensive jewelry, and probably his boyfriend comes to remove his presents. This is so muscular. Oh, Andrew, give it to me back, come on. This is so nice, guys. Yeah, go back, guys. Nothing to see here. Wow. It happened so smoothly and so quick at the same time. Just impressed. By the way, there were not many police officers here. Like sometimes there are just swarms of those cops, but here they were just waiting for Andrew at the proper place and at the proper time. Gonna scroll a little, so here he goes to the car. Andrew Tate was arrested according to the extradite order issued by United Kingdom. Here you go.
Hey, Gum Gum.
To the car.
Gum Gum.
Will Donald Trump save Andrew Tate? I guess no, because he is too cringe and too dirty, you know, to touch him, to apply some of the pardon or to cancel this extradite order. So Andrew Tate, I'm almost sure that he will be sent to United Kingdom for persecution.
Anything to say?
And Tristan already lost his head. No, they have nothing to say. They will be jailed. And boyfriend, I don't know who this guy in the golden jacket really is. Could be their boyfriend or something. Well, they just packed everyone. And that's it. We have one more video from another camera probably. Yeah, different perspective, and they were taken away. Yeah, this dumb fuck Marian Nafal also shares those news, says that the charges are still unknown.
Yeah, we know what they are.
The charges are known. You can just put Andrew Tate charges, and here are those. So 7 counts of rape, 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation, 3 counts of assault, 19 additional charges for offenses relating to indecent images of a child and extreme pornography. So this is quite a lot. And he might spend with...
I don't know what the hell happened with the Romania situation, but yeah, like we knew the UK was going to prosecute him after the Romania thing, but I guess that fell through, so the UK is going through with their thing.
His brother lots of the time in jail according to those charges. Well, prosecution needs to prove everything of that in court, but they already have that evidence, and according to that evidence, those Tate brothers were captured, detained, and arrested, and later on will be sent to United Kingdom. Their only way out is to escape on the way, and the next to, I don't know, Russia. They like to go to Russia, you know. Let's put Russia Tate here. June the 2nd, it's last month. Andrew, you should have stayed in Russia.
How did they even go there?
You was happy there. It's way better than in the jail of Miami. Come on. Tell your friend Putin to take you out using Russian mafia, yeah, from the American prison. On the way, you know, they will storm the police bus or something. Actually, they don't really care about you. You see how happy they are to see you there in Russia, Andrew? It is still better than what you have now. Oh, a racist.
Oh, dude, I can guarantee you if he tried to go to Russia, they'd draft him and he'd have to go into frontline combat and he'd die.
Nick Flantis is crying. Free Andrew and Tristan Tate. Nick, you'll be next. Yeah, they will put the charges on you with some time. Be sure, yeah. You're such a tiny piece of shit. And people in the comments, I know someone who can help. Yeah, hell yeah.
These are good memes.
People are joking on his freaking page. Well, honestly, guys, I'm not really sure whether Tate is going to make his prosecution in UK, whether he is going to be delivered, because we know Donald Trump, and under his administration, the United States of America is some sort of the wonderland. So he might easily tell, like, oh, this is my friend, especially Andrew Tate before said that he knows Trump's family, he knows Barron personally. Try to find this video.
And I'm very close to the Trump family. I know them well.
Yeah, I know
spoke
Zuli.
to Barron after the incident, and I look forward to, once I am free, being with Donald Trump in person and reminding him that he's a bulletproof badass.
So there was some of the incident, I don't remember actually, I think it was connected to Romania. And later on, definitely Donald Trump called to lift restrictions on him. Yeah, to leave Romania for the United States of America, but now he was arrested. I think not the police arrested him today, but special marshalers who are doing this case of extradition. And I hope that he'll be extradited pretty much soon. Usually those kind of the cases with kind of the harsh accusations, everything.
Sid, don't tell us Russia wouldn't draft them, they would. They'd try to get them to make videos talking about how good Russia is and how the West is evil. They wouldn't bother. They're more useful that way for the Kremlin. You have the dumbest bullhead take sometimes. There was a family from Canada who immigrated to Russia who are saying how great Russia is. Canada is like this left-wing shithole. They moved to Russia for traditional family values. They had a YouTube channel and they're promoting Russia. They drafted the father to go into frontline fucking combat and he fucking died like a week later. They do not give a fuck. And especially the Tates, they're known criminals and shit. They don't like them. So yeah, especially with the degenerate like porn shit they were doing. So they would absolutely get drafted. They don't fucking care. And Russia has absolutely no fucking reputation. Like, again, they're bombing children's playgrounds, children's hospitals, deliberately targeting innocent fucking civilians. They're losing the war horrifically. They're not going to use the Tates as a propaganda tool. It'd be fucking pointless. So they just throw them in the front lines. Thanks for the donation.
It's happening way faster than usual. And in his specific case, well, we'll see. Because after all, I think he is affiliated. Like predators, rapists, they protect each other. And since Donald Trump is like that, he will maybe even try to protect Andrew Tate. I'm not sure. Because initially I said maybe not. Because Donnie is already involved in this Epstein case. Yeah, so why would he need more of the same accusations? Affiliating himself with the guy. Or maybe Donald Trump simply doesn't care. He's a freaking idiot. Yeah, they're called marshals. So both brothers were arrested outside private event in Miami. There was some sort of the beach party or something. Yeah, the traffic and sexual exploitation, assault, and lots of the other child images and pornography. Crazy accusations, unhinged. So those are the friends of the Trump's family, right? I'll put this one on the thumbnail. Yay! Tate brothers, do you know what they usually do with the guys who are involved in all of those crimes? I mean, prisoners, your fellows, future friends. Do you know what they do? They usually go from the back door, if you know what I mean. And every one of them, yeah, for you to feel the same what you did to others. It's like a tradition. And it is happening not just once, not twice, but regularly, almost every day, if not every day, maybe a few hours a day. And who knows, maybe you'll get even some pleasure for it. Maybe you would like it more than driving Bugatti. I'm on Trump Truth Social, he is not yet commenting the stuff.
I don't know how he gets some of these cars. He was riding around in the Koenigsegg Jesko too.
Maybe he will refuse even to be in.
Sid Donatello's Andrew, Tristan Tate are huge social media influencers. No, they're not. Nobody watches them anymore. They're not a random hick family from Canada. Why do you think they haven't drafted Snowden? Because he's not going to be useful for that, and probably made some kind of deal because he's more useful as a propagandist. Again, bullhead idiot take from you. That's nice. Thanks for the donation, dude. Then I guess they can go to fucking Russia. I don't fucking care what you think.
Involved in this case in any sort of the matter.
They're not even big influencers, and nobody fucking watches them. Sid Donatello's, does the trend make you less inclined to admit when you're wrong and double down on being an idiot? That's nice. Thanks for the donation.
Because many people support this arrest, first of all.
Yeah, the Tate brothers would be great for pro-Russian propaganda. Everyone thinks they're lying, fucking, scamming child rapists who commit sex trafficking. And especially when they flee from the law to go to Russia, oh, they'd be a great propaganda tool. Washed up social media influencers that don't really have a following anymore, that no one really talks about, who are on the run for child sex trafficking and shit. Yeah, Russia would use them for fucking propaganda to promote Russia. Richard's an idiot. What a fucking moron. Why did Edward Snowden get thrown in the front lines? Genius.
And Tate brothers, they're kind of controversial even for the MAGA public, so there's the chance that he would not say a thing about the case, and they'll.
Why did Andrei Smayev not get drafted? That's like asking me why any one particular person in Russia didn't get drafted. They didn't literally draft every single fucking person in Russia, so there are going to be people that they don't draft. And Andrei Smayev probably doesn't qualify for the draft because of his size. Like, there's no clothes that would fit him, so that would be one reason.
Be sent to UK, and we're gonna enjoy the show in the court. I hope it's gonna be open. Nah, Trump administration done set Andrew Tate up, man. Free Tate. Kash Patel, what the fuck? Done I punished, and I hope, because there are multiple of the cases. It's not just one occasion of rape or something. No, they could have like more than 20 years easily. This is lame as fuck. Donald Trump Jr. help out the Tates, man. Come on.
I don't know how they still
Cash
have
is on the
fans.
team. Tate is like, they think that Cash controls everything. FBI, you know, that Cash may walk in like in the Hollywood movies and say, oh, those are our guys. Release them. No, it doesn't work like that. If the procedure had been started, it should be finished in some of the way. Whereas the court in the United States, a quick bailout, and for them to stay in the United States for some time at least, for the United States to make this internal investigation at first, or straight away extradition.
So I heard that Andrew Tate is in Miami now. Now Tate has told me a couple times that he will do my podcast. I believe that this is one of the most long-awaited podcasts.
You know, he will not visit your podcast. I know the reason why. But there is the great chance for him to attend multiple of the podcasts, yeah, with multiple...
Oh yeah, Tyson Hockley, he's kind of dumb.
Microphones, big black microphones sometimes. Yeah, sadly those podcasts will not be possible to play on YouTube, but anyways, he will have some circle of fans who would participate at the Miami Federal Detention Center following their arrest. He's preparing them, yeah.
Aiden Ross is literally a fucking retard. Just so stupid.
Well, Aiden Ross is a POS who makes content from everything he sees, like beef in internet, like absolutely crazy shit. He is always there. So I guess it's a...
Yeah, well, you know... Dumbasses being dumbasses. So Donatello's Tate still have at least thousands, if not tens of thousands, of loyal fans and close connections to other influential people. Yeah, that's why they're getting arrested. You have to be mentally disabled to think Russia would throw them to the front lines instead of exploit their influence. Influence on 13-year-old kids who use their parents' credit card to buy their rug-pulled crypto bullshit, right? They're so influential, Thanks for the donation, Sid. Like again, they can flee to Russia then. If they thought it was such a great idea, why aren't they there right now? They can immigrate and live there. Oh. Wow. Oh my god, that cat is really chumbushy. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, that is a really nice cat. Holy shit. You guys see that?
Not to mention pure probability. Russia's drafted like 1 in every 20 men. Which is a lot. But gives them a 5% chance of being drafted. Just pure idiotic cope from you because you won't ever admit when you're clearly wrong, lol.
That's great. Thanks for the donation, dude. Don't care. Oh my god, that's a good cat. Oh, wow. Congratulations, you're banned. See you later. Go spread stupid, dumbass Russian propaganda somewhere else. Don't want to hear it. Why don't you talk about how China is actually a free society somewhere too? I'm sure you can do that and somewhere on Twitter. Wow. That's a good kitty. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Why are kitties just so nice? You can tell that's a really nice kitty. Oh my god, he's so nice. Oh wow. That is so good. Oh, he likes his scritches. That's one of the best kitties I've ever seen. That's a really good cat. Yeah, he's a good chub chub. I like chub chub cats. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a really good chub chub cat. Oh my god, look at the chub chub. It's a really good fucking chub chub. It's a really good chub chub. Wow. That's really good. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. That is so good. What a nice, happy kitty. That is just so good. Wow. Oh. Cat sitting on grandma. see. B, Donny Tiller's new Frank shorts. Let me take a look.
The reality of heightism is far worse than I've even been talking about, and I've been extremely pessimistic about this. And heightism, by definition, is unfair treatment towards a person based on their stature, but this really only applies to men in the dating market. And although this chart shows 6 foot as the real money height, in reality it's 5'10" because people lie, people exaggerate their height, you can kind of use height boosters, so 5'10" people are generally thinking they're 6 foot and telling other people they're 6 foot. So for all intents and purposes, that's the
App height filters by inclusion. 6'8"? Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense, right? Bad fudge, Donny Tillers. People act like the USA is being controlled by Israel, but we have way more control over them than they have over us. Lol. Yeah, I know, it's just anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, you know. Thanks for the donation, Fad Fudge.
the main cutoff here, but imagine below 5'7", dude. It's even worse below 5'7", but you might as well not even be human. You might as well not even be human. And what's even crazier is as you go from 6 foot to taller, they want you even more when you're 6'7", 6'8", 6'9". These girls would play with John.
No, there's like 5 people on the planet who are like 6'8". Like,
Giants if they could.
Frank is a fucking idiot.
My name is Maggie. I'm 85 going on 86, and I've been basically a carnivore all...
Liar, 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 liar. I'm really tired of these shills. I mean, Steak and Butter Gal, one of the biggest shills of all. How many sponsorships does she have now? Is she up to like 100 sponsorships? Anyway, she's the type of person that was promoting these people that I exposed for being 20-year carnivore frauds. You've probably never heard of them now because they disappeared off the face of the earth after I made that video about them. Wow. Almost as if they were lying. So you can watch that video for the evidence. There was like some discrepancies in photos and stuff they were posting and basically found out to be liars. And this is really strange, you know. These people, these corporate, who is ever in control of the media, will find a family that has never been on social media.
Or maybe these are just people who are social media grifters and it has nothing to do with some like weird conspiracy theory.
Yeah, and they'll pretend to have done something for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And no one will argue it.
Like Frank literally can't fathom that somebody on social media might just be lying to grift.
It's crazy.
This guy's dumb as shit.
At this time, we're moving our city into code purple.
Due to the unhealthy...
There you go. Climate shutdowns. Just like most of the general population believed what happened about 6 years ago now, these people in the comments are begging for it. And how come school isn't canceled? How come work isn't canceled? I don't want to work. I don't want to... It all falls into their plan. People are going to love to think, oh, the apocalypse is outside. I can't work. The government's going to have to pay me money. It all falls into their plan, and most people are going to believe it. It's so pathetic and ridiculous. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I can't really talk much or say much about it because you can't really go against a lot of the mainstream media without being deplatformed and heavily, heavily censored. So all I have to say is, you know, all the people who fell for what happened 6 years ago are probably going to fall for this too, even if they think they're smarter now.
Okay, well, that's Frank still being crazy. What is going on here? Wow. I don't even know what that is, but it looks nice. Especially with the cats.
Seitan is back! Not that it ever left. People have been making this protein-packed vegan meat for centuries, long before TikTok discovered it, and today I'm turning vital wheat gluten into Korean-style bulgogi. Vital wheat gluten, chickpea flour, mushroom powder, smoked paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, soy sauce, apple cider vinegar, liquid smoke, sriracha, and add just enough water to create a shaggy dough. Then it's stretching time. Knead it, massage it, even braid it. We're building texture here. Pan fry it until it develops a crust, and simmer in vegetable broth for about 40 minutes. Refrigerate it overnight, and you got your vegan homemade steak. And for the bulgogi marinade, combining garlic, fresh ginger, green onion, sugar, sesame oil, soy sauce, and black pepper. Then onto a hot pan till everything caramelizes. It turns out the best food trends were invented hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, seitan's pretty great. It's your monkey. Monkey likes fruit. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, he likes the almond and the hazelnut and the pecan. Oh. That one likes the raspberry. Oh my god. Squirrels are pretty cool. Oh goodness. Look at that. They're so squirrel-like. Those are some pretty damn good squirrels. Hmm. That's good. Squirrel muffin. Summarize the issue with Zelensky. He fired a guy everybody likes and put somebody in power who's an incompetent retard and a criminal. Oh. Oh, man. It's weird how things work out the way they do. Yeah, we're gonna play Battletoads in a minute. Thanks for the donation, 21st. Yeah, that is better. Oh, I might want to do that a bit more. That is definitely better. Fucking injuries, dude. They're so bullshit. Alright. Stuffer. What's the thing again? NES simulator. Yeah, this is gonna be a fuckload of shit.
Sneeko is now saying that he wants to adopt a child, lol. This poor little nigger is going to be indoctrinated into becoming a radical Muslim.
I've actually had this realization.
I fucking can't with this brown clown anymore.
I've actually had this realization during Asr prayer in Mecca.
He would never be able to adopt a child. He'd be a single parent, and he's a known retard. They'd never let him do it.
I don't know if I want to say it on stream, actually, but I was thinking about it to get rid of the self-aggrandizing and the self-obsessed, because Mecca is where you realize your nafs. Your nafs are it's like your ego, and Medina is there for peace. Mecca is where.
Yeah, so it's just a grift. I don't care to watch the whole thing. It's just him trying to seem like he's a good person or something. He's just stupid. Thanks for the donation, Vegan Groiper. Okay, so fuck doing that whole thing over and over again. We'll just focus on the stupid fish and shark over here. Because, yeah, this is just AIDS. I just... So how the fuck... are you supposed to do this stupid shit?
Jump past him. You do not want to mess around with those guys. This swimming section can be very difficult, but what you want to do is just take the time.
So this asshole just got lucky here.
To kill off that hammerfish, and then you want to lure this shark back down to the floor where you killed the hammerfish. And
this is so much easier said than done. That is like fucking impossible.
You want to kill the shark down here in the same way. Make sure you give yourself enough space between you and the spikes to finish off the shark. Once the shark and the hammerfish are defeated, there will be no more enemies chasing you through this area, and it will be very, very easy. Now at the end, you want to stay on the left side so that you can jump over the steel beak there. Jump way over the steel beak, then grab a propeller and go to the left, then the right, left, to the right, to the left again, and then we're going to go all the way to the right, and we've made it.
Yeah.
You've become more right-wing since you started dating your new girlfriend. I don't think it's grifting per se. But you think she likes that, and that will prevent her from going rogue like you know who and turning you into her bitch.
That's nice. Thanks for that donation, dude. Oh my god. I wonder if I can, like, cheese it in some weird fucking way. Let's see if I can just, like, fit through the fucking gaps or something. Fuck. I don't know if it's possible to fit through there. This, like, luring them thing just seems completely, God damn it. Oh my god, this is just fucking AIDS. Like, for one thing, the guy on that run got lucky. Like, it's total RNG to have this dumb fucking fish follow you down here. Like, it's entirely just, like, I don't know why you'd make a fucking walkthrough guide where it's entirely luck. Like, that's fucking horseshit. It does totally different things each run. Like, look, I'm right next to it, and then it won't, like, fucking follow me. It just fucks off somewhere. Randomly, for no reason. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can fit through there and cheese it. Why am I taking Tren? Because I'm not going to die taking it for 8 weeks. Doesn't make a fucking difference.
Do you approve this message?
Let me see.
Deport Sneeko to Gaza. I saw Tyson Hockley says that we should deport him to Iran. Iran is too good for him. Don't deport Sneeko to Iran. Iran is too good. Deport Sneeko to Gaza.
Someone in chat said it right. He became more red-pilled after redacted. It was a coping mechanism though. Not all girls are like what he experienced. He helps justify his 10-year cuckoldry by pretending all girls are like that.
Well, I'm dating Pat, and she's obviously not like that, so shut up. Thanks for the donation, dumbass.
Error yesterday, and Nick is absolutely right. We need Sneeko deported to Gaza. So Elon, if you're still listening, if it's not too late, if you don't already have preparations for Sneeko to go to Iran, we please ask you to instead switch it to Gaza, because that would be much better for him. And thank you to Nick for correcting the record.
Yeah, based. Fucking hate Sneeko. Like, this thing is so fast. If you try to bait it, it just catches you and fucking bites you. There's just no fucking way. It's fucking stupid. Like, again, the fucking thing just does whatever the fuck it wants, does random fucking shit. Like, there's no way you can come up with a fucking strategy. It just does what it fucking does. Like, it does a fucking shit! It's literally RNG. Literally.
Yep, she's not now. Give it a few years though. When she locks you in with marriage at the very least. And no, you have not learned your lesson on marriage yet. Clearly. Actually insane how you haven't learned yet. You said you learned but you backtracked.
That's nice. Thanks for the donation, dipshit. Dude, this is some... God oh my god. I don't know how the fuck... That is insane. I got lucky there. Okay, we'll start at 7. I think it's that weird one. Oh, great. Yeah, this is that rat one. Shit. Shit. Come on, you fucking asshole. What the fuck? I got there first! Oh my... Oh, great. Shit. That was fucking horse crap. Like, you have to, like, body check him or something. Seriously? Seriously. Okay, well now I know. Haven't played this one in a while. Shit! Shit, oh fuck, we're screwed. Suck my ass! Crap! Fuck! I forgot the... Oh, shit! I forgot all the stage hazards. Fucking, oh my god. Suck my dick, dude. Fuck off. Oh my god! This is so annoying. Look at this fucking asshole. What the fuck? Like, absolute dickhead. Do you see this? Shit. I probably missed... yeah. For some reason I got stuck on that thing. Fucking shit. Yeah, it's gonna beat me. Yeah. It's stupid. Stupid fucking rat thing. Fuck off! This thing, Donut Tillers, why are people obsessed with your dating life? I don't care why you ask me. The fuck would I know? Thanks for the nation, dude. Fucking dipshit. Fucking asshole.
Because Richard's an insane cuckold. Everything she wanted, he gave him. Despite getting no love in return. She wanted a horse, got her a horse.
Oh
she
my
wanted
God.
a car, got her a car. While he ate potatoes to save money, he paid for her Gardein chicken tenders.
Oh my god, shit! There we go. Haha, fucker! Shit. Ugh. Cocksucker? How do you like that? Oh, shit. Oh my god. Fucking asshole. Oh my god. Fucking ball. Oh my god! Shit. Ugh. Shit. No!
Also, did y'all know Richard bought the horse? He bought Jake, not adopted. Why is that, Richard?
Oh my
Care
god,
to
you're
tell us?
fucking idiot. You
Did
literally have
Jasmine
no idea what you're
manipulate
talking
you to
about.
go against your vegan principles? She did. Many times. Lucy.
Stupid.
But I didn't.
Oh my god, dude. Just fucking eat shit. Oh my... So fucking annoying. Crap. Yeah, you gotta, like, hit him in the other spots. Oh, those fucking things, dude. This game is just so fucking annoying. Like, it literally just drives you fucking nuts. Everything about this is just perfectly designed to just make you go fucking crazy. Great. Yeah, great. Okay, we're probably fucked here. Fucking stupid horseshit. Oh my god. Great, yeah. Oh, great. Fucking wonderful. Fucking stupid.
Why did you buy Jake from a breeder? Why did you buy Jake from a breeder? Why did you buy Jake from a breeder?
Why didn't it hit him? Fucking dumb. Shit. Fuck. Yeah, we're probably screwed again. Yeah, there he goes. Great. Give me a fucking break. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I genuinely
Okay.
want to know why you bought Jake from a breeder. Can you just answer that question and I'll stop asking it? Did Jazzman tell you that breeder is a good one like she did with Lucy? Do you think she knew Lucy was from a breeder and lied about it?
Shit. Fucking terrific. Fucking asshole. Shit. Ugh. Fucking absolute bullshit. Great, it won't fucking hit him. Yeah, we're screwed. Yeah, we're not catching up to him. Yeah, we're done.
Why won't you just answer, nigga? Are you hiding something? Does the answer make you look bad? You could just lie though. Like you lied about how you raped Jazzman. Something you did and then lied on stream
Oh my
saying
God,
you
I'm
didn't.
just getting so impatient.
We know you're okay with lying.
Great.
Jazzman, Jasmine, Jasmine, Jasmine,
Great.
Jazzband,
Okay.
Jasmine, Jasmine, Yasmin, Jasmine, Jasmine, Jazzman, Jasmine, 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 Jazzband, Jasmine, Jasmine, Yasmin, Jasmine, Jasmine, Jazzman, Jasmine, 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 Jazzband, Jasmine, Jasmine, Yasmin, Jasmine, Jasmine, Durian Rider. Why is this little rat creature fucking you up so bad? Does it bother you that your dumbass struggles with a child's game? Why are you so shit at this game? Big strong bodybuilder defeated by a child's game. I thought you were a good gamer. Faggot retard.
It didn't let me jump. Wonderful.
Excellent point in chat. Pat found an idiot to pay for her law school. In some months or a year or two from now they'll get married and she'll have him on lock. Make him her workhorse just like Jasmine did. In fact, Pat will probably ask Jasmine for tips.
Yeah, we have... I don't think we really have an opportunity again. So stupid.
At least your new wife doesn't look like a man. At least your new wife doesn't look like a man. At least your new wife doesn't look like a jazz man. At least your new wife doesn't look like a man. At least your new wife doesn't look like a man.
Bullshit. Like, and then suddenly I can't fucking hit him? Stupid. Why the fuck does hitting him work sometimes and it doesn't other times? It just does what it fucking wants to. Absolute fucking dickhead. The fuck was that? Great. And we're done. Fucked it up. Fucking spare me. Nice. Holy shit. Fucking gotta be kidding me. Fuck! Great. And we're done. Yeah, it's can't fucking do this right now. Later. Fucking stupid. Hi, everyone. Dude, people are like actually fucking retarded. I say that like every 5 minutes. This comment. Obviously, steroids, aka chemical enhancers, are more anabolic. At least Greg doesn't lie to his audience about his steroid use like vegan gains. I literally fucking said I'm on steroids in this video. Like, what? Who the fuck is this? Who is this retarded, brain-dead fucking troglodyte whose parents had to have been like fucking twins? Like that is just, that has to be the number one of all time ever dumbest fucking comment anyone has ever left on my fucking YouTube channel ever in all of fucking history. What the fuck are they talking about? Greg had a video of the processing facility where he gets his Turk from, but deleted it when most of the comments were about how rudimentary and dirty the facility looked. Well, yeah, I mean, I should find that clip. Sure, it's floating around somewhere. Yeah, they couldn't have possibly watched the video. It's not even that long. It's under 8 minutes.
Because they think he'll be easier to beat. Horrible.
What a, like that is actually the dumbest thing. Like, literally, I cannot think of anything dumber that anyone has ever left on my fucking YouTube channel. At any point. In the last, I don't know how many fucking years. It's been over a decade. That, like, that is, I'm still just like, what? What the fuck?
Republicans have been pushing and supporting Abdul El-Zayed in the Democratic primary in Michigan because they think he'll be easier to beat. Horrible.
Well, that's what do you expect? Democratic Party is promoting dumbass, useless, fucktard, commie, jihadist Muslim candidates because they're not racist. Unlike the Republicans, we love cultural enrichment. We love fucking retards from other countries who don't know shit and want to destroy our country running for our fucking, in our fucking political thing. So yeah, what do you expect them to do? Good. Run the dumbest, fucking, most retard, unviable candidates you possibly can. Make everybody vote Republican. I don't know at what point they're gonna learn. Like, it's like, I think it's beyond repair at this point. I think Democrats are just they're just gonna get like overrun by commies, and they're basically gonna become the NDP party in Canada, where they're just retarded commies.
I need to show you something.
We'll react to that one tomorrow.
U.S. skies covered in smoke and haze from Canadian wildfires. American lawmakers criticizing and blaming Canada for it. The president has even threatened tariffs.
I find it a shame the administration in the U.S. and Congress people writing these letters and blaming us.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford hitting back today.
They have a very short memory. We had the water bombers, everyone ready, going over to California. It was last year. We sent down hydro linemen down to the Carolinas and Georgia to help out. That's what neighbors do, right? You know.
What steroids am I on? Right now I'm on testosterone, boldenone, masteron, trenbolone, and a tiny bit of nandrolone phenylpropionate. Just 5 milligrams, just to help my shoulder heal.
You don't get on and start threatening and criticizing, because guess what? One day it's going to be your turn.
In a Friday social media post, U.S. President Donald Trump said he is holding Canada responsible, calling the wildfire smoke willful negligence, adding the cost must be added to the tariffs Canada is currently paying.
In terms of what we do for forest management, which is of course one of the issues that the president has raised, we follow evidence-based scientific techniques.
The wildfire smoke has become political. Trump's threat is the latest in a string of claims from U.S. politicians that Canada hasn't done enough.
And what we're seeing here is a president who, once again, is doubling down on his level of enmity.
Hazy.
Could be $22.
Gonna pay for this with pack draw. Nintendo Switch.
Think they like them enough? 40 spot later. 540.
Boss, you gotta be playing with my balls right now, because that is way too much.
Way too much. I'm not paying for all that.
You're the guys who put it all on the counter.
You could donate it to us.
No, I cannot. It has to be paid for.
What I'm about to do to Bob? Do to Bob. Me and Hoyoyoy and erase the square.
I don't give a fuck what the fuck that's supposed to mean, because it don't mean shit to me. 540 for what I've scanned. You still haven't scanned a good 200 bucks. This is the kind of shit a fucking preschooler fucking pulls.
Not getting this for free?
No!
Great. Influencer being a jackass and trying to ruin a guy who's working's day. Funny. Great. Thanks for the donation, Kid Boo.
New Jersey skies even drew concerns about the fate of tomorrow's World Cup final, though it is expected the big match will go ahead.
For their own benefits.
That's awesome. No, that's great. I thought it was really interesting as soon as we linked up because, you know, I've been in bodybuilding for so long and I've worked with countless coaches and gurus and people, and it's always one of those things where I found
At minimum, and how long can one get away doing that at maximum to create a zone of time? It's not just, you can't just be on a word I never use out loud, but a mass cycle forever. Like, you can't just do that forever. Like, the wheels fall off the wagon. The whys aren't super important, although super interesting. But at the end of the day, you can't be in a calorie surplus, a calorie deficit. You can't be any of these things indefinitely with ideal outcomes. So you need to start determining zones of effect. And in the case of both anabolic steroids and muscle hypertrophy, which are very tightly intertwined, not coincidentally, you have this concept of systemic fatigue, and it's really not any different than, say, something you're probably familiar with, your automobile. No matter how well cared for your automobile is, you can't go out on the highway, put your foot to the floor, and just expect that car to go forever. It's a 16-week pattern.
Yeah,
so I think
it up into 4 different
a good
phases.
number.
Yeah.
But it's by no means a magic number or a perfect answer. It's the one that I have chosen. And then you can bend it and twist it from there.
Now, if someone's growing like a weed, though, say they're on it for 16 weeks, you would probably just drag it out a little longer if they're making really good progress at that 16th week.
That's a really common.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, if we had to make the most efficient cycle for 16 weeks,
okay,
what would this selection look like?
Okay. Again, my answer is going to be surprisingly specific, and then in the same breath, surprisingly general.
And if you want to ask me questions, we can say it's for me. You can ask me questions like, "What's your goal?" or you know what I mean?
Right, and that would be the in-specific part. The specific part is because we understand definitions and the basic behaviors of fundamental concepts, and I say we being me, maybe the person listening to this maybe doesn't, but trust me, this is information that exists in the world. We can look at, say,
Never said black people have higher average IQ than white people. So thank you for making shit up.
Natural athlete. The androgen in play is testosterone. It is the one that your body normally and natively makes. So we can look at that and go, okay, what does that do? Okay, we can look up definitions. We can do all sorts of things. We can define that testosterone's major role is not really building muscle. It is something that it does that very well, but it does a lot of other things very well also, like androgenic behaviors. It creates masculinity. It affects sex drive, mood, cognition. It is the substrate which your body then manufactures estrogen. Big circle around that. We'll come back to that. And it is the substrate that your body uses to manufacture DHT. It's potentially relevant in the manufacture of and the maintenance of progesterone, prolactin, a bunch of other subhormones. And then that's not even touching the giant iceberg that is, it has an influence on a host of, if not every other hormone system, like thyroid, like the pancreas and insulin and leptin, ghrelin, maleness you need. You're not training for the porn Olympics. You're training for bodybuilding contests. You don't need to be more male than that. So we plug that number in. Then we say, all right, now we need some more milligrams. How much in a second and what kind in more than a few seconds. So the ultimate total milligrammage is going to be based on a lot of factors. In the case of somebody like yourself, it would be based on kind of this interview process. I'm like, all right, what did you do in the past? What vaguely got you to where you are? And you'd rattle off a bunch of numbers. And I would write them down, divide out by your body weights at the time. And I would say, on average, your progress happened at, and we get a number. Let's say 15 milligrams per kilogram is consistently historically been kind of your sweet spot. I don't know if I'm misspeaking, but I'm ballparking on what I know about pro bodybuilders.
Yep.
No.
Okay. So 15 milligrams per kilogram. You're currently 110 kilos. Fair enough. We can do that math quick enough. That's 1,600 milligrams. I'm going to say our goal is to bring you up to 120. So we're going to add that difference. So we'll say we're looking at a peak dosage of, let's call it 101.7 grams. That's going to be the absolute most you take.
Yeah.
We're going to put this 16-week time frame on a linear timeline.
You're a good baby.
Okay? And we're going to start at week 0, not week 1, but week 0. And that's that 350 milligrams of testosterone. That's just how much you take. That's your sports ERT. So then week 1 will be more than that. And then week 9, or the first week of the second half, okay, will be the full dose. So we'll go from 0.35 to 1.7 over the first 8 weeks, and then steady state from week 9 through 16. So we're going to have this smooth escalation to midpoint, and then plateau from the remaining midpoint to end. That's the shape of things. It's not the universal answer, but that's a general, sensible answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have this weekly escalation. If we just literally put that on a timeline, we go to get from here to here, it's going to be this much increase each.
Information out there, and even things that question marks that I sort of didn't even know myself, because you get mixed information out there when it comes to GH. The best times of the day to take it.
Okay.
Do you take it with food, without food? Do you take it in the morning for fat burning? Do you take it before you go to bed for muscle growth? Some people are doing it pre-workout. Some people are doing it post-workout. If you had to work within, say, a budget, and you're using 4 to 6 IUs a day, what would be the most beneficial way for an athlete to split that dose, or do they take it all at once?
Once again, the answer is really interesting, really detailed, but also a little disappointing. And the disappointment is, you go back to that very first part of our conversation, and then as you look at the very top line of your priorities, what are you trying to do? What is the most important characteristic you are trying to reinforce?
Yeah.
And that could be acquisition of lean tissue. That could be loss of body fat. That could be some hybrid. It could be injury recovery. It could be quality of life. It could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
And depending on what that top line says, will then determine your actions moving forward.
Yeah, like for me, basically, like from my experience, how I would prescribe it to a client or myself is like pre-contest, I would split the dose before cardio in the morning for fat burning, and then the other half of that dose I would take before bedtime for recovery
100%.
when you're sleeping. Off season, if our goal is primarily muscle growth and recovery, then I might just move all of it to just before bed, unless the person puts on body fat very easily. I would maybe include some in the morning time as well.
Right, and I absolutely agree with that. And then I would even say within that, it could be more subtle than, like, let's say we're prepping for a contest. I can give you a very real world example of that, and that is me. I'm not diabetic. I have a very robust blood sugar metabolism, but because of my knowledge, rabbit ears knowledge, and my general desire to minimize drug use, I made an egregious error in that I avoided using thyroid hormones. And I realize I'm opening Pandora's box of every knucklehead out there raising their hand to ask a question, but bear with me. And as my body weight, genetically, I'm probably a 140-pound human, and I've walked this earth most of my life at 240 pounds.
Yeah.
And because of that, and my desire to minimize my drug use, and thinking that I was doing myself a favor by taking less drugs, I avoided thyroid hormones. And lo and behold, at about 35, my thyroid began to fail, and I became hypothyroid, simply because maintaining the metabolism of a person 100 pounds heavier than I really was was a greater burden than that little organ could survive.
Wow.
Now, the reality is I probably would have become thyroid dependent anyway, eventually, but probably not at 35, probably at 50 or 60. So exactly what you're saying, different organ, different hormone system, but exactly the same premise. Taking the burden off of it can actually be more helpful and more healthy than just letting it fucking suffer.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's interesting because, you know, it reminds me of something that one thing I wanted to end with, because, you know, I've come across a lot of them and I wanted to know your opinion on like myths, you know, like bodybuilding contests and myths, things that people, you know, just think are like, oh, I can't do this because it does that. And one thing I came across recently was like, and I always question this myself too, and I tried researching it because I've torn tendons in my life. I actually just tore my other tricep tendon trying to keep up with Martin at the Olympia. He's a 24-year-old bodybuilder. He's super strong. And it's a small tear, but it's there. And I tore my other tricep tendon before. Obviously, being a pre-contest, you know, 5 weeks out, Winstrol. And, you know, there's always that thing in the back of your head where they're like, oh, Winstrol's bad for the tendons and the joints. And then I tried looking further into it, and I'm coming across information that actually says it can actually help speed up the recuperation with the joints and tendons. And this, whether it's true or not, I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking you. But this has been like just passed down for the last 30 years. Like, oh, Winstrol's bad for your joints, your tendons.
Well, that's a really interesting thing, and I actually have some very direct information on it. But before I even get into that, I'll say this. One of the things that I was coached, and I was coached by very intelligent intellectuals, guys like Fred Hatfield. And one of the things I do, this isn't that notebook, but I have a million of these literally, I have a million of these little notebooks. When I say a million, I'm not fucking joking. I have a million. And each one's dedicated to a different topic. And somewhere in that pile is a notebook related to injuries. And every time I find somebody that gets an injury that will tell me, I write down what the injury was and what drugs they were taking. And I have universally found that the lion's share of muscle tears correlate with Anadrol use. I don't have an explanation for that, but I can tell you that statistically, Anadrol and muscle tears are best friends. Now, that little
I think this is going to come back around to how my injuries happen, and I think there's a correlation here. It's not from Anadrol, but I want to hear what you say, and then I'll tell you.
Right. I suspect the reason Anadrol is associated with muscle tears is because of that incredible fullness and roundness. Kind of like if you make a sausage, a really plump, juicy sausage, where you give it a little bend, it just rips open and
there's no room.
Smears all over the place because it has no room to move freely.
Yes. It's funny you say that, because when I tore my right tricep tendon, it was post-show, eating like an asshole, put on 25 pounds, full as a house, ready to pop, doing heavy bench presses, and it popped. This time here in Orlando, I stayed on my diet the entire time, right? Because I competed 3 weeks before Orlando, then I knew I had to go to Olympia. So I was like, you know what? When I get to the Mr. Olympia, I'm going to allow myself some freedom, some cheat meals. Went to Shake Shack. Shake Shack. I was fuller, blown out. Went and did chest. Boom. Happened again. So similar effect that, you're explaining with the Anadrol.
All right. I actually have a client at the top of the hour. So
no problem.
I have maybe 15, 20 minutes, but I'll give you the Winstrol thing. If you know where to look, and it is hard to find real data on steroids, but there are some studies from the 1970s that show that if you look at connective tissue, the colloid, which is specifically tendinal tissue, and you look at it under a microscope, you'll see that it's a weave. It's a mesh, very much like cloth or cord. And the weave is a certain architecture, okay? And everyone's a little different, but in general, everyone's also contiguous and the same. Under the influence of stenosolol, that architecture actually changes slightly. The quirk is, if you know, and by all means, please understand, I do not know, but if you know a lot about material sciences and tensile strength, the architecture of the weave determines the characteristics. And it turns out that under the influence of stenosolol, the architecture of the weave changes in such a way that the tendon is actually stronger in terms of its static strength. Its ability to support load is greater.
Wow.
However, its pliability is lower. So what you get is muscles that, on a connective level, can hold more load, but they don't bend, flex, or stretch as well as they did previously. So if you were exposing yourself to, say, just static load, like low-speed powerlifting, probably zero concern whatsoever. But if you were in a very dynamic sport, like, say, I don't know, sprinting or triple jumping, that sudden rapid impact could very likely result in a shearing of said tendon. So it's a situation where, again, that periodization, right tool for the right job.
Right.
If you're not doing something egregious, it could be very beneficial, but you use it poorly, it could be very, very bad. So that's the connective tissue side of it. Now, secondly, there's another factor there that I think is more, I don't want to sound incredibly down on bro science, because I look fondly on bro science in a way, because in my life, the only real parent figure I ever had was my grandmother. And she was a lovely woman. Raised me, created me. I'm solely responsible, from her for her doings. However, in the same breath, she was very, very intelligent and very, very uneducated. She was the equivalent of a bro scientist at life. The things were the way they were because they were, and all she could do is kind of play along. And she created a million silly bro science-y things in her life that, when the leaves on the trees turned that way, it was going to rain, and when they turned this way, it was going to be sunny, and when when her bunion hurt, it was going to do this, it was simply because those were the only connections she could fucking make. She didn't understand enough science to know what was really happening.
Yeah.
Kind of like the ancient Greeks thinking the sun was a flaming chariot. To them, the only thing that fucking went that fast was a horse and chariot. And the only thing that made light was fire, so it had to be a flaming chariot. As dumb as that sounds to us, that was the height of thinking at the day.
Yep.
So I don't want to completely shit on bro science, but in the same breath, we have to go a little deeper. In the mindset of a bro scientist, you might have this scenario where, the first drug I ever took was Dianabol, and my joints felt great. I trained hard, I gained weight, and my elbows didn't hurt. Then later, I used Winstrol, and I got really strong, but man, my elbows were killing me. So immediately you...
If I've been on test at 140 milligrams for 2.5 months and am a high aromatizer, currently starting AromaSyn to stabilize E2. Is it a bad idea to up test to 210 milligrams and add some MAST and GH at this point, or should I wait before adding more compounds?
I would just increase test first. Adding in growth hormone's fine, but I would just add in test first. It's kind of stupid to add in multiple compounds at once when you're adjusting things. So adding in growth hormone's fine. That's not gonna do anything. But yeah, just up the test dose and try to dial in the dosage of AromaSyn before you add anything else in. Thanks for the donation, Andrew.
You make the connection. Well, apparently Winstrol makes your joints hurt. No. What Winstrol does not make estrogen. Remember that family tree thing?
Yeah.
Remember the DHT derivative? And DHT derivatives are immune to the aromatase enzyme and therefore do not produce estrogen. So it's not that Winstrol made your joints hurt. It's that the others made your joints not hurt.
Yes. So it's kind of safe to say that something to be more concerned about with joints is the suppression of even estrogen. And in a pre-contest phase, if someone's lowering their estrogen, sometimes the last couple of weeks they're taking letrozole, AromaSyn, Novadex, everything under the sun. I mean, that is probably more dangerous than anything, having next to no estrogen in your body.
Yeah, I mean, it creates the outcome you want in that it creates a certain look which is prized. fair enough. But it absolutely destroys your training capacity and capabilities and survivability.
Yeah.
So you need to be very mindful of
when I rebounded, I
work. And how long will estrogen last in your bloodstream? Let's say I take drug X, aromasin, tamoxifen, or aromasin, Arimidex, whatever, and it halts estrogen production to 0. Let's say it does that. But yesterday there was estrogen production, so I have some estrogen. How long does that last? So one, how long does the drug take to bring production to a halt? And then how long does it take me to metabolize through the amount that I already have?
Circulating.
Those are two very different coefficients.
Yeah.
Okay. It turns out in reservoir, in cache, how long will that last? That depends on a bunch of factors. How much you have, your body weight, your momentary metabolism, your training style, other drugs in play, on and on and on and on. 6 weeks makes 0 sense. More than 4 weeks doesn't make a lot of sense. And, moving forward. And most people, by the way, don't need to go to 0. Maybe, I won't say need, maybe that's the domain of IFBB pros. State, national level competitors certainly don't need to see 0.
Yeah.
So literally, you're talking about a 3, maybe 4 week out process max.
Yeah, makes sense. It's really interesting. That's great. I really appreciate you coming on. I think people are going to get a lot of.
Let's just check one more time to see if
Hi,
there's any
everyone.
retard comments. Greg should have been sent to jail long ago. Yes. All right. I'm gonna go to bed. Oh, Adam Mockler. Yeah, I never want to watch his content ever again. Yeah, don't recommend me that. That fucking 12-year-old retard. So, what do you think of modern health influencers, fearmonger of ingredient? What do you think I think? I'm gonna go to bed now. I need sleep. But hope you all had fun. Big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. My shoulder's getting better pretty quickly. I might even be able to play some racing games again. Feels like it's close to being able to handle driving. So maybe there's a chance tomorrow or in the next few days we can go back to fucking around with some racing games. But I'll be on tomorrow doing what I do.